Oh, the background. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Nope. Happy Thursday. Hope your day's going well. If not, I hope it gets better. There we go. There we go. And hold on. Let me change the background. We're back to regularly scheduled pep content. Why is the filter off? It was filtered before, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. I don't know actually. Almost late. Waiting for Pep to boot up was quick today. It was 2 minutes. Not bad. Good. Welcome in. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Hope your day is going well. If not, I hope it gets better. Give me 1 second while I do this. And then add directory. And then I gotta figure out where I have that. I forgot to change this back. I just got home like 20 minutes ago, and I spent like all 20 of those minutes yapping to Dave about my day today. I was like, yeah, this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. It was crazy. I should have double checked that first. I think that's right. Let me double check this background file path because I'm actually not sure. What is it? It was saved pictures and then backgrounds and yeah, okay, those are the approved ones. Okay, good. Yeah, because lock screen is a totally different one. But anyways, let's see. I think my clock might be off. Is it really the Rika? Is it me? Can it be? Isn't Dave in college? He is. He attends college from, well, not from home, but like he lives here. But he's also in college. Both are simultaneously true. Can I? Okay, never mind. Put that back. There we go. Pep, prove you're not a robot. Okay, give me one of those capture things. I'll get through it in lickety split. Plus, she died in that car crash at the Union Dragon yesterday. Oh, I would have played that, but I can't. It's a chatting stream unless we chat during it. Nah. I know myself. I will be distracted. But yeah, today is a chatting stream, which hasn't been done in a decent amount of time. How long has it been since the last chatting stream? Does anyone know? Is anyone aware? Schrodinger's college student. Exactly. Hello, Peppa Weppa. Hello, Soul. How are you doing? Hope today's going well. If not, I hope it gets better. Happy Thursday. I keep having to remind myself what day it is. It's not hump day. It's no longer hump day. Living in college, but it's home. No, because like it's if you live around the college, normally you stay home. Or like you live at home but you attend the college, right? That, or if it's like colleges without dorms and you live nearby the college, you know? So how have y'all's days been going? How's it going? What's the haps? Fill me in on the haps with y'all. It's been 5 ever since we last chatted. Hold on, let me go check. I actually don't know when the last chatting stream is. Do I have them on a playlist? I feel like I do, but I don't remember. Playlists, chatting. Do I have a chatting one? Chatting members, community day. I do not have. I do have a chatting stream one. Is mine currently in there? Yes, it is. Okay, good job, me. The last official chatting stream was 3 months ago. 3 whole months that I haven't like sat down and been like, hey, what is up, my guys? We talk every day, don't we? Or are we just programmed to blame you for everything? I think the second one. After you left, I accidentally teleported the car back to the start and forced you need to drive back because I can't drive for shit. Oh man, it sounds like I missed it. if there were to be a chiller, more chatting stream with a game, I would think either some puzzle game or long drive, maybe ideally multiplayer, so you have a personal driver. And lastly, the Roblox true bootleg version of an okay car. I've done nothing. You know, there was a game that I saw. I wonder if it's on sale. If it's on sale, I might buy it and then we'll play it right now. It was Bergie's Cozy Burgers. It was something. It was something. Hold on. Cozy Burgies? No. Burgies. That's all I remember. Burgies Cozy Kitchen, and it is on sale. It's only $4.89 right now, and it allows y'all to play. So I could probably play that. But then I don't know, because I always get stuck on the fact of like, oh, it's a chatting stream. I'm supposed to be just chatting, but then I'm like, but if I play game, I will primarily focus on the game. I know me. I will just focus on game. I wonder if I have another location for this. Anyways, I gotta focus. I can't be looking at my files, but just one quick little look. I'm just looking to see if I have another playlist for wallpapers, because there's one in there that I'm like, am I sure this is the right one? Well, it's not that one. What if I just showed y'all screenshots of... I have a folder named Screenshot, and it's just screenshots from when I played Genshin Impact. Oh yeah, because a lot of these had like cool poses or cool like scenery. So we might... I might just do that for funsies. I have not a like ginormous amount, but like enough of an amount, you know? Here, let me add directory and then go to here. There's nothing. My passport photo isn't on there, right? Okay, select folder, and then let me delete this one, and then okay, there we go. Now it's just purely background. I wonder if I can like minimize the chat. We might just be fucking around the entire stream. I should take this moment to try and fix the redeems. That wouldn't be a bad idea. But honestly, I don't even know where to begin with that, because they're still set up correctly. I don't know what's wrong with it, but it doesn't work anymore. Where are we? Look at. Oh no, y'all see that that's actually a real thing. That's fine. Moo! Oh my god, is that a cow? Wait, hold on, I'm not actually looking. Hold on. No, I should put that back where it goes, otherwise I'll not remember how I had it set up before. Is that how I had it set up before? Yep, it is. Oh my god. Oh, I fucked up. Encoding overloaded. All I did was change the background. Hold on. I'm getting distracted now. Yeah, it's fine. I'll leave that the way it was before, and I won't touch anything. Screenshot of cute girls folder is large data. It's great. Goomy, hey Goo. Welcome in, Goomy. Happy Thursday. Hope your day's going well. Never gets better. Wow, messing everything up. Of course. I'm not. I'm just sprucing up the place a bit. Whoa, it's Goomy. Oh my god. Let's see. I have like various miscellaneous stories from my days of working recently. Wait, that's me. It was good art, so I was like, I feel like as a person who is... Man, I just realized I had like a huge mental block of trying to admit that I am actually a VTuber 3 years in, and now it's like, it's a little serious now actually. You've been here for 3 years. It's like, oh no. I can't just be like, oh yeah, I VTuber something. Like, no, 3 years. But yeah, you know, it was like I have to have that classic anime girl lock screen somewhere, or like background somewhere, and so it's like, ah, perfect. Gumi released one. I step into chat and it gives me number 1 like it should. How did Gumi steal it from me? It's very calm for me, at least in single player, and can be like hanging out with friends where either BS happens or... I clicked on something. Or just talking and hanging out. Yeah, that's what I'd imagine. Pep is at least 3 years old. We're narrowing it down. This VTubing shit gets real. Be ready to die for it. I am the main wolf VTuber. I must take out all other main wolf VTubers. Like with a gun or on a date. Oh my god. David said that to me the other day. That shit had me dying. I was like, take him out with on a date or with a gun. And I'm like, what? I'm already dying for it. Oh my god. Honestly, that's so real though. Once you start actually doing projects, it's like, wait, this is kind of a lot. I thought this was all like teehee fun times, but like, damn, I got so much to do. Oh my god. But honestly, a lot of the stuff isn't that much if I wasn't doing anything else. And that's usually the issue, where I'm always doing something else. So yeah, that's fun. I filed my taxes today. I had to report that I was an online internet persona. It was weird. The good thing is nowadays a lot of people, like, if you tell them, oh, I'm a YouTuber, they'll be like, okay, YouTube. They're like, okay, cool. And you know, the guy had my tax document, so he was like, he didn't say it, but like, it wasn't like a number where it's like, oh wow, you're one of them bigwig YouTube guys, huh? It was just like, oh, okay, you do YouTube, nice. So yeah, you waited till today to file. You didn't file months ago. Look, man, it's a whole thing. And funnily enough, the irony of it all is that at the place where I'm working at, the AARP is there, and they have been like, a little bit of our job for the tax season is to help people schedule appointments to get their taxes done. And they get them done in that same building, like literally next to the desk that I work at. Sometimes, because, you know, we rotate on desks. It's not a tax office, they just have like some tax volunteers or something there, helping people file their taxes in the computer lab, but like physically right next to me. But I just could never be bothered to come into work like an hour early to get my taxes done. Mainly it was just that other paper, because for like I received it maybe 2-3 months ago. I did not know what it was for, but it was just like, this is supposed to be filed with your taxes. Like, I said it in fine print somewhere on the page, and I was like, okay. I didn't know what it was from. And it was only like 5 minutes before the tax appointment, because like we just kind of like walked in and they were like, oh, hey, because there's like this person that my dad goes to a lot, and so we went there, and we were waiting, and I was looking at the paper because I was like, what is this exactly? And I decided to Google the address, and then it was like, yeah, this is the address from which YouTube basically does their payments. And I was like, oh, this is a YouTube money. Whoops. Oh my god. Wait, I know 2 main wolves, and they're both amazing. Who's the other one? I hope none of them are. Never mind. A buddy of mine found a fire-ass Roblox game that only appeals to us. What game is it? What is it? Feed your chud or something like that? Man, imagine having to pay taxes. You don't pay taxes? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I'm still using 110% of my quote-unquote income. Dude, that's so real. Oh my god. You know how, like, they recommend, like, oh, if you claim it as a business, then you gotta claim business expenses? I don't know how to do that, but, like, I should do that. I should keep all of the money, all of the revenue, and then claim all my business expenses. Nah, for legal reasons, I can't do that because the IRS is scary, and I don't want to fuck with them. Welcome in, JFO. How are you doing? Everybody's going well. Not just better. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Taxes suck this year because I sold some stock. Uh-oh. You're talking about feed your teto, but the game is noobs in the... What does that even mean? The other wolf is Mozomi Peachy. Go listen to her old Snake Eater cover. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look at it. But I know they're from, Videre, I think, right? You don't claim your expenses? I don't know how to. I don't know how you're supposed to do that. Because, I mean, like, so here's the thing. I, quote-unquote, save my receipts, for stuff that I purchased for stream. And I have them logged in a actual, like, expense tracker sheet. But for like, oh, I had to go to this candy shop to buy weird candy for a video that I did, right? I keep the receipt and then I forget where I keep it and then I find it like 2 months later and I throw it away because I don't remember it, but I know exactly how much I spent at that candy shop, you know? And then there are some things that I've had to order online, like for example, the slime VR trackers, right? That I could technically claim as a business, or not technically, they're a business expense, right? But like, I don't know if I assume I would just take those to my tax person and be like, these are business expenses, please file them. Because other than that, I don't know where they go and I never ask, so. Yes, be that it. Don't watch the pee drinking stream? Wow. It's so pep over for the Rika. Can't even file taxes right. What do you mean? Just keep receipts, give them to your tax person. I didn't know that. No one ever tells you. They just say, keep the receipts and use them when you file the taxes. But I'm like, how do you do that? And then I don't know, I'd get too embarrassed. But you know what? I'll from now on keep all my receipts and I'll put them in like a dark box. Actually, I thought of this extensively. I need to start scanning in my receipts, attaching them to a PDF file, make a really, really long PDF file that has all my business expenses, and then just submit that. That would be the easiest thing to do. But I'm too lazy to start doing that, so. Oh my god, you have become background noise for sorting magic cards. Congrats. Do better on your taxes, by the way. I'm gonna get arrested for fraud because she gave the wrong numbers. Main Wolf VTubers are amazing. I do them on TurboTax, so that's the section for that. But I heard they charge a lot. Well, depending on how complicated they are. And to me, having to like claim like, oh yeah, 1099 because it counts as royalties or something. And then business expense, that sounded complicated to me, so I never tried it. But I know that if they're simple, like W2 taxes, you can use TurboTax, but you have to, like, go through so many ads if you're using the online thing where it's like, but if you buy, if you spend $50, we'll say you're really, really cool. Oh boy, I've been wanting to hear that my entire life. Maybe the $50 is worth it. Oh my god. Oh, that's wrong. Where did I move? I keep like seeing there's like small issues with the background stuff. So I keep like, hold on, let me, this has now come to my attention. I'm gonna, cause there's like a cutoff point for some of them, and I don't think before you were able to see it, but now for some of them you can see it. I think I fixed it. See, this is why, there it is, you saw it? Oh shit. Right there. I just need to fix that one and I think we should be good. Yeah, that's right. I need to go into VR chat and take a lot more photos because like these photos, that blue one, the one that's on the background right now, and a couple of them, like that one too, those are just photos that I took in VR chat because I was like, ooh, this place is pretty. Hi Paprika, I hope your day's been going well. It's been going pretty well, very, very quiet. How's your day been, Godzilla? Happy Thursday. Once you start making the money, get a CPA and save the receipt. What's a CPA? Hey yo, who's this? Hey yo, who's that? Welcome in, Lumen. Happy Thursday. Hope your day's going well, but never gets better. Let's see. I think my fee from H&R Block last time was like 30 to 35. It's not bad. I paid, what is it? How much did they charge for me? I think they charged 40 actually. But again, I don't know. It's just one of those things like I never actually looked into it because it seemed too scary to look into, so then I just never looked into it. Accountant. Yeah, I need to get an accountant. But like, these are all excuses, right? I'm saying this and like as a person who it's like, sometimes people just make excuses for things because they don't actually want to do it. That's me right now. I know that fully. But it's because my dad, sometimes he's like, oh, like I've done this thing before, right? Where like, oh, something needs to get done, right? So I will do the thing. And then I'll tell my dad like, oh, hey, by the way, I did this thing. And then he's like, I mean, good job, but like, I was gonna do it because blah, 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 and blah, 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 and like, this will affect me, and blah, blah, blah. And after enough times, I was just like, I'm not gonna do anything anymore. So I've just been kind of, like, that's why I've been avoiding it, even though I talked with my boss the other day, because it was like, I think it was yesterday, we were talking about the tax appointment stuff, and she was like, I don't know why people wait until last minute to do their taxes. You know, it's so simple and blah 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 and blah 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 and blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, haha, you know, I just wonder why. And she's like, yeah, because most people like call and they're like, oh, where can I get a tax appointment? And like you can tell them like other resources and stuff. But like most places aren't accepting appointments anymore because it's so late in the season. And I was like, haha, yeah. And she's like, yeah, I did my taxes like 3 months ago. And I was like, haha, I still haven't done my taxes. She's like, what? Pep, you're a grown-ass maned wolf. And I was like, yeah. A tax person is at least 300, I think. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Like some accountants, like actual accountants, they like, cause like you gotta pay them. I mean, obviously, right? But I mean, like, since you're essentially hiring them for a little bit, I don't know how I would do that, because it's like, oh, hey, I only need you to do my taxes, but then also occasionally I want to be able to ask you questions about, hey, how will this affect me? Hey, how can I set this up without having to pay a gamillion dollars? I've played these games before. Exactly. Just say, you're too slow to him. Oh my god. But yeah. Yeah, it gets complicated, so then I'm like, I'll just wait. It'll get done. What's that one phrase? Laissez-faire? Is that what it is? Is it laissez-faire or laissez-faire? No idea. But easygoing. Or a little too, what's it called? I go with the flow a little too much, and I found out that I've been causing my dad a little bit of stress because of that, because I think it's laissez-faire. Because he was like, I was mainly worried about you, because I know I could go on like this other day, but I know you don't have a lot of time. And so I needed you to get your taxes done because you shouldn't play with the IRS. Right? It begins with laissez-faire. Okay, laissez-faire. But yeah, I was like, cool. Maybe next year I'll do them on my own. Oh my god. One of these days, Pep keeps telling yourself. Exactly! If you're making multiple streams of income, it's so worth it. They will find you the money you're paying them. Ah. That's what I've heard, but like, while I do have, like, not a whole lot, but a couple of revenues. What is it? What did you call it again? Multiple streams of income. I do have, like, a few, but it's not a lot in each of them. Like, I don't earn a lot in a lot of them. So it's like, it's not enough to where I can confidently cough up $300 regularly. You know what I mean? And so that's where I'm like, on the one hand, it does seem like a good investment to, you know, be able to just be like, hey, how do I do this? You know, to have them help me with money in terms of like managing it. But then it's also like, you're kind of pricey. Business wolf. Exactly. Oh my god, I gotta start actually being a little bit smart about my stuff. It's such a pain in the ass. I panicked a little bit because I was like, you know, a lot of like my payment stuff goes through PayPal. Do I have to, like, was I supposed to, and this was like after my taxes had been filed or whatever, and they gave me like the receipts for it. I went out to PayPal and I was like, was I supposed to like submit a form or something from this? Because I know that if you earn a certain amount or something that you have to like report a business form. The PayPal app said like, oh, you don't earn enough, like you're under the threshold, so you're good. So I was like, okay, hopefully that's right, because otherwise, IRS, I don't exist. Please, please don't look for me. Yeah, I would hold off on that for a while. Yeah, that's what I think so too. Unless we're doing like big business stuff. PayPal never gives me a form. Yeah, because I know it like depends on a couple of things, but they were being kind of janky with it with the new administration and stuff, in the sense of like, before it was a standard like, oh, if you earn over this amount, then you have to report it. But other than that, like, you're not required to report it. But then they changed it, and then they unchanged it, and then they changed it again. And I haven't kept up with it since. And I don't know the exact numbers that they changed, other than the change happened. So, you know, it would have been a really good time to know someone who does accounting. I need to become friends with, I need to stalk people on social media find a person who does like accounting stuff and be friends with them solely for the reason of being able to ask them accounting questions. Like, hey, this changed. Can you explain this to me more? And hopefully they actually know. Because other than that, like, I think that and like some kind of medical person and you're set for life. Like you got someone to ask money questions to and you got someone to ask health questions to, and then like you're good. Like you know how people or like businesses sometimes are like, you know, like the not more famous you get, but like the more prestigious thing you're associated with, the more people want to be friends with you. That's true for me in terms of like, if you're an accountant, I want to be friends so I can ask you accounting questions. But I still report how much I get on PayPal each year. It's a box to fill. You do? Accountant VTuber. As long as you don't get audited. Yeah. Yeah. Good thing my gotcha luck is ass. Oh my god. But it should be fine, even if I do. I don't know. Never mind. Let me knock on wood and let's hope nothing ever happens. The accountant VTuber graduated. They did? On the one hand, I'm like, is there actually an accountant VTuber? But I'm pretty confident there is an accountant VTuber. Just in the sense of I feel like I've heard of them before, but then also, there's definitely an accountant VTuber, right? Like, there's so many VTubers already. There was, the lawyer guy wasn't a VTuber. He was just associated with VTubers because he did collabs with VTubers. Because of that whole drama thing. The accountant, she's HoloLive now. Is she? Wait, so was there an actual accountant VTuber? Oh my gosh. Like, I knew there existed one, but I didn't know it was like, oh yeah, no, everybody knows this used to be an accountant VTuber. There's lots of VTubers like theme themselves around their professions. There was one that I used to watch. She was in a small corpo, and she was themed after. Was she themed after? Actually, I don't think she was themed. She just talked about it a lot. She was a what was it called? The airport ladies, not the TSA, but the people on the plane, like the lady on the plane that passes out peanuts and like if you push the button on the overhead thing, they'll come to you and they like, I forget what they're called. They have an actual title, but I cannot remember, and I keep wanting to say like air hostess, but I don't think that's right. Stewardess, flight attendants. That's what it is. That's what it was. Oh my god, that's what it was. The investment guy on Irium graduated too. Oh, for real? Oh my god. What? Accountants, come back. I want to be friends so bad. Oh my god. But yeah, it was stewardess. She talked about it a lot, and that's why she would have a lot of like small hiatuses or like a lot of streaming breaks, and it was because of her hours at there. And she talked about it a lot, and I was like, wow, that sounds so cool. But then also, one time I was in a plane and I had headphones on, and it had never affected me before, but that one time I had headphones in, like earbuds, and then the pressure changed in the cabin, and my ears, like, and normally, like, I sleep through minimum 4 hours of any flight, and I was, like, I don't remember if I was barely falling asleep or, like, barely waking up, but the pain in my ear was so bad that, like, I teared up a little. Like, I didn't start crying, but, like, I was like, oh my god, this hurts so bad. But then I got embarrassed too, because I was like, I'm a grown maned wolf. I can't show that I have pain and experience pain. So I just kind of like sat there, and I had my head down, but then I like sat up, and I was just there like with little tears in my eyes, and I'm just like, I can't show that I'm experiencing pain. Oh my god, there was a Philippine girl that did finance, and she disappeared too. They're taking all the accountants! Dog, the thing to get a job, you gotta be an accountant. Oh my god. Wolf got sensitive ears. Wow. Pep suffered from barotrauma. Her big eye ears couldn't take it. And the thing is, I've been on, okay, not a whole lot of flights, right? But I've been on a couple of flights now. That was the only one that I'd ever experienced pain for. And it wasn't even the longest flight that I've been on. It was just a flight. And I was just like, god damn, why does it hurt so bad? It's never hurt this bad before. Oh my god. Sorry, I've been really thirsty recently because I haven't been drinking as much water as I should. The Rothschild are disappearing, the accounts of VTubers. Wow. Oh, you can drop your shoulders, push up on the top of your mouth with tongue, and swallow. Drop down your shoulders, push up on top of your mouth. I know that, like, if you swallow, it tends to, like, pop your ears and it helps with, like, the pressure or whatever. And that's usually what I do, right? Because I have experienced, like, all the pressure and, like, the ears. And, like, for a bit, you won't be able to hear. On the longest flight that I was on, which was the one to Japan. That one, like, I felt like I was deaf for so long. And so I know that, like, oh, you gotta swallow and you gotta, like, swallow good. That or a good yawn clears them up immediately. But, like, it did not help. And, because, like, it started hurting. And then I tried swallowing and I tried yawning and it just continued hurting. And I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die because my ears exploded on a plane. Oh my god, chew 5 gum for the stimulation of the senses. Oh my god. But yeah. Planes are fun though. Well, like, not right now, because I think there's like issues with the airports right now. Because of, you know, current state of the world stuff, which makes the lines really long. But if it wasn't for that, I'd already be looking into going to Japan again, because I want to go back. I miss the very, very easy public transit. But despite saying that, I don't think I would want to move there. Like, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but like... Oh, fuck! I forgot to message them! Hold on! There was a ticket that I was supposed to get that I was supposed to message this person for, and I completely forgot! Oh my god! Fuck! I completely forgot, and I was supposed to message them like 7 hours ago! When I was in the mountains just going up, down, up and down, made them pop, made your ears pop. Wah wah, recently mild ear infection. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, songs. Hold on, I gotta find it now. Crap. Oh my god, how many people have talked since then? Hold on, give me 1 second. This is very important. From me. Right here, jump to message. See if I can just DM them. I feel awkward doing that, but like... Hey, sorry. I completely forgot to message you, but by chance, do you know the Muffin Man still have that 1 ticket? Question mark. Just do plea emoji. Point right, point left. You know what, fuck it. I have no dignity. I need that ticket so bad. There we go. That's 3 seconds already. Give me like 5 more seconds. Oh my god. Anyways. What was it? Recently had a mild ear infection that muffled my hearing in my left ear only. Imagine 3 weeks of having water in your... Ah, that's terrible. Man. Pep, stop reading your credit card number on stream. What? You mean you don't want to hear that it's 1, 2, 3, 4? Oh my god. I've had like 3 dreams, I think, total. Where it had to be, or not had to be, but it was stream related. In the sense of like I dreamed that I was streaming or something with stream. I've dreamt that I got somehow stuck in my chair in the sense of like, you know how sometimes in a game you can like clip through an object and get stuck in there? It was like that. It was weird. And then I had another dream that I was in bed, and then I got up, I looked at my phone, and it was time to stream. But then also I was still in bed and I couldn't physically get up out of the bed to go stream. And then the other dream was, what was it? I want to say it was something like someone found out, or like someone, what was it? It was something to do with like someone found out I streamed and knew me in real life or something like that. And I was like, oh, oh no. Oh my god, I've had some weird ass dreams a while ago. I feel like you always have weird dreams though. I feel it's very common to hear from me, yeah, I had this weird dream, and then like this and this. It was like the texture of one of those like indie horror games, and we were like running, and think of the texture of like grimy floors. And on a similar vein as that last stream you mentioned, Pep. The one about someone knowing. Can't remember most of my dreams. I remember bits and pieces, and I tend to have this issue often where I forget that something's a dream, and it stays in my memories, and then I'll remember something, and I'll be like, wait, was that like a dream memory though, or was that a real memory? And I have confused those before. One time I had a dream, so I had painted this portrait for like one of my dad's friends, right? And then I didn't like the way that it came out, and it was always on my head like, oh, what if they hate it and they're just saying it's good to be nice, you know? And I had a dream that I went up to my dad and I was like, hey, Dad, your friend that I painted the portrait for, they hate it, right? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. They were just being nice. And I was like, yeah, I thought so. And then I walked away. And that was all I could remember. And that's a telltale indicator for me, at least, that my memory that I'm having or that I'm remembering is a dream. Because if I can't remember what happens after it means that like I woke up or it moved on to like another dream plotline, you know? But because I wasn't sure and it felt so real because it was just like such a normal little segment of the dream, I went up to my dad while I was awake, right? And I was like, hey Dad, did I come up to you and talk to you about like if your friend liked the portrait or not, and if they were just being nice or something? And I think you said yes. And my dad was like, what? No, what are you talking about? They loved that piece. And so I was like, oh, okay, so either my dad completely gaslit me or I dreamed that. Is that something you're weirded out by? Since you started vending, people will be coming that have met you. Example, that person on Twitch yesterday. No, like now it's something I'm a little more not worried about, in the sense of like I know the space a little more. But it wasn't ever really, because the thing with that dream is that people knew where I lived, and I don't know why, like I feel like there was a portion of the dream that someone was outside of my window, and then that correlated to like them seeing me out in person or something like that, and that's what had freaked me out. And I think that is like the number one thing that I've always been freaked out about with streaming. I stream right by a window. Like it's a little bit askew, so it's not like directly next to me, but it is like on my right side, you know? And so I've always been scared to like be streaming or whatever and to turn and for there to be like a person just standing there. So yeah, welcome in JJ Hero. Happy Thursday. Everybody's going well. If not, I hope it gets better. Pep selling peps. I'm marketable. I am though. I'm such a marketable figure. It's not new for me. One of those dreams from a while ago, I was in a non-Euclidean, I think it's oh my god. Non-Euclidean, right? Space/labyrinth. Pep uses her other voice. Actually, I tend to talk the same. Well, okay, no, that's not true. It's weird. In my job, it's like a quiet area, right? And so I tend to match the volume of whatever space I'm in. So if I'm like at markets and stuff vending, I'm like, hi, how can I help you? Oh, okay, that one. And okay, so you want like one large print, one mini print, and a sticker, right? Okay, so the large prints are 15, the small prints are 8, and then the sticker is 4, so that total is blah, blah, blah. Will that be cash or card, right? That's the voice that I tend to use. I use that same tone of voice for my work, which is not vending at cons, but because it's quieter, my voice tends to break a lot more often. So sometimes I'll be like, yeah, no. like, but it's a lot more quiet, so it's like, yeah, and I'm trying to say like no problem, but it doesn't come out, or it'll be like, yeah, no problem. And that's all that'll come out. And no one's ever told me anything, but I get embarrassed every time it happens because I'm like, man, what if they just think that I'm like making noises? Like sometimes I'm like yes, but all that comes out is like yeah. And so have used earlier. Yeah, you got it. Leaked. Oh my god. But yeah, that's I don't really use another voice or anything like, oh, this is my non-anime girl voice. Like, no, it's just my voice. Oh my god. But yeah. Let's see. I'm trying to decide whether I will. I'm so thirsty. I don't know why. Seeing like the cold water, what's it called? Condensating on my desk. Covered in condensation. Is that how it works? Covered in condensation is just like, oh, this looks so tantalizing. Pep oohs at her office job. God, no. But I have done the yippee, and I did it today. At my last job, I did it because it was a habit that I got. I don't even know where I got it from, but I started doing it on stream, and because stream was like, sorry, I'm like rubbing my eye. It was like one of my main forms of socialization before I got a job. Or rather like between not having a job and then getting a job again. It you know, became part of my regular speech pattern because I would also use it in front of my family. And then I accidentally let it slip at my job, my old one. And my coworkers thought it was like really funny. They were like, oh, you know, that's so cute. How do you do it? Like yippee. And I was like, yippee. And they were like, oh, that's so funny, you know. And so since it was a positive reaction, I was like, okay, I'm fine to continue using it, right? And so I would use it every now and then. I forgot that, you know, this was a new workplace. And so I was talking with one of my coworkers today. They said something like, oh, yeah, and then we're good to go or something like that. And I was like, yippee, or something like that. Or like, yippee. And they didn't, there was no reaction, but their back was turned towards me. And I was like, bonk. Bonk. I shouldn't have, like, it's fine. I overthink a lot of social interactions. But either way, I was like, fuck. I'm supposed to be normal! God. Pep can't resist water. It just looks so tantalizing. I can't help it. I hope it's not too loud, but I've been fidgeting with like a little fidget cube the entire time because it's a good fidget. Very fun. I'm trying to think of like other fidget toys that would be quieter. I have the fucking, what is it? The Ono roller. I just don't know where it is. I lost it again. I'd lost it for like a good 3 months. Nah, it was maybe 2 months. Well, now maybe 3 months because of the time, but I lost it for a while. And okay, so Ono rollers, I saw like one ad from Markiplier, right? And he was like, this is really good. I think it was like the video that he did where it's like Markiplier reviews fidget toys or something like that. And I watched it and he was like, this is what I recommend. It's kind of expensive, but it has a good weight and it does this and it's very silent and I highly recommend it if you fidget. And I was like, well, if Mark recommends it, you know? And so I bought it and it's pretty good. What I like using it for though is that if you grab one end, and I have the mini one because it fits my hand, but if you grab it from one end, you can like roll it against like your inner forearm. And I do that to give myself a massage because it's my arms get really tired because I use them for everything. I've said I'm hungry once at work, not hungry, hungry. I wanted to call into a dude. I felt that there's a lot of things where it's just like, well, I use a lot of normal terms for the most part, but there have been times where like I misspeak, and it's just like it sounds so stupid. And like I have the issue of I really, how to say it, like my brain lags whenever I'm actually talking to people. So like for example, today a guy comes up to me, right, and while I'm at the desk, and he goes, hey, I want to know if it's possible to download, and I'm gonna tell you this in a lot more proper terms, but know that when I was talking to him, I struggled so hard with words because I couldn't remember what a lot of things were called. But he was like, is there a way to download the, and also he didn't really know what he was talking about because he ended up showing me at some point, he was saying all this based off of ChatGPT. Like he had asked ChatGPT, how do I do this? And it was telling him like, oh this, oh that. So he didn't actually know what he was talking about. He was just repeating whatever it said, right? Not as in he was using it for the conversation, but he was like asking because it said like, oh, try this, and then from there do this. But he went, oh, do you know if it's possible to download the Windows OS system onto a USB from the library's computers? Like, will it let me, or is it like blocked off? And I'm like, and he explained it in such a weird way. He was like, do y'all have like Windows Media device or something like that I could use to like download a fresh operating system or something like that? Like very jargon-ish, but not used correctly. And I knew what he was talking about, but I'm not experienced enough in that to know the words for it either. So I was like, I know what you're talking about, but I'm not sure. Let me ask. And there's a lot of times where it's like, they'll ask me a question and I'm not sure, but I know what they're talking about. And if you don't acknowledge what they're talking about, they will try to re-explain it to you. And a lot of the times I just like re-explain the thing to them to make sure that I'm on the same page. But because I have to like process the information, I go, so you want to download like a new Windows operating system, like the download file onto the USB, right? Like through the computer. Yeah, okay. Then let me go ask, you know? And I sounded so stupid. And then whenever I told him like, oh, I have to ask, but I'm not sure. He was like, oh, okay, no worries if not. He went back to his computer, right? I had called for like one of my coworkers who knows a bit more about computers to like, you know, to ask him. I wanted to like ask him over the phone, but he didn't answer. So I pushed like a button or whatever to notify like the back room or whatever. And then it turns out I'd read the schedule wrong. I wasn't even sure if he was in the back room, but he eventually came out and he was like, hey, did you call for me? And I was like, yeah. And so I asked him the question, but I said it in such a dumb way. It was like, do you know if you could download an OS onto a like USB through the computer or something like that? Like it sounds a lot better now, but the way I said it in person at that time sounded so fucking stupid, and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god, I still maintain control over my words in public so far and change things up at times for comedic effect. But I did whip out the saying, so good, in a zesty voice from that one video after I got a good chicken sandwich once. Hi, Pep, I'd like to print this YouTube video. God. You know how many times people will, like, they'll be like, they'll have an image pulled up, and see that pause that I did just now? That's my brain loading. They'll pull up an image from Google or something, right? And they're like, I want to print this out, but I want it to be big enough to fill the page, but I also want the text to be readable and not at all blurry. And it's like, ma'am, you downloaded a JPEG at 24 by 24 pixels. There is no way to make that happen. And sometimes you can explain it to them. I found out today that because I know a little bit of the jargon of that whole mess, like of graphics, if I explain it to them, they get a little bit intimidated, and then I don't have to worry about them being like, but why not, you know? Because like I can explain like, no, this is exactly why, you know? And they were like, I forgot, actually, hold on, let me, y'all see that chat message up there? You want more viewers from Twitch? That like, okay, fair, there's like a tumbleweed. I found a TikTok the other day, and it was like, these are the words that I banned in there, and so now I don't get those anymore. And I kept forgetting to do it, but let me go ahead and do it. Hold on. Settings. Let's see. Would it be moderation? Banned words. Custom. New advanced settings. Smart detection. Some filtering. Where is it? Words. Not that. Blocked terms and phrases. Is it? What is it called? Like cheap viewers? More, not that, because that might actually block someone. Stream boo, that. I keep getting the bots for that. Best followers. That one is also pretty specific. One more views on remove the space. Remove the space is also a specific term. Okay, there. Let's see if I don't get those messages anymore. Pep goes to war with bots. Bro, that shit pisses me off. It's like, okay, fair, but that's like just rubbing salt in the wound. Also, that's one, more than possible, and two, it's simple to do and can be handy, especially for anyone constantly messing with tech. Wait, what? Wait, he was wanting a fresh installation of Windows on a USB for Covenants. I wasn't having to. So he wanted the Windows OS system because his driver had broken and he got a new driver and he wanted to install Windows OS on there. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, right? But isn't the driver not like it's not that isn't that just storage? I could be wrong. I may be misremembering that, but if I'm not mistaken, isn't a driver just like because I'm thinking of like the C drive, which I don't think is the same thing as a driver. So he might have been in the right part or like on the right track because of you know whatever ChatGPT told him, but isn't that like a totally different thing? Driver is a software that tells your PC how to use something. Yeah, and then he said it had like broken or something and that he had to buy a new one. And I'm like, what do you mean buy a new one? I don't think that's how that works. Like there's drives that you can buy. I mean, I didn't tell him this, right? But that's what was going on in my head, which is why it took like an extra long moment of like, how do I what? Like it confused me. I went to the dentist today. It was uncomfortable. Oh god. Welcome in, Real. Happy Thursday. Hope it is going well. If not, it gets better. Yeah, that's one of, if not the most common ways to boot install Windows is USB. Yeah, I know that because I did an internship for like an IT department, and part of my job, or a lot of my job was grunt work, and one of the grunt work tasks that they would give me often is to like install new OS or like update OS systems on certain laptops, work laptops and stuff, to get them ready to be sent out to people who requested them, right? So I understand that. It's just I don't remember specifics about it, but I know how to get in BIOS and everything, and I know how to go through that stuff. Because honestly, majority of the things in tech nowadays is you just read. You just read, and that can get you like at least 75% of the way. The Windows installer tool is an exe. I don't think CS is gonna let a user install it on public PC. Yeah, you're right. The computers that we work on in the, you know, at my job, they don't allow users to download any exe files just to prevent them from obviously running it and fucking the computers up. Because they are public PCs. If a driver breaks, you can reinstall it for free. Yeah, that's what I thought so too. The Windows OS system, from what I know, is free. I think, because I think like there's a whatchamacallit, like a personal license or something like that. And then there's like, oh, I'm a company and I want to use Windows operating system for my company. And then that requires like a commercial license or something like that, I think. Dropping your cracked Windows 11 ISO in Yumi and writing to a flash drive. Oh my god, it's free and then you paid to remove the watermark. Oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, it was just kind of like and then whenever I talked with the people from the back that did come to help me, I was like, so can they install Windows on a USB? Like, god. It's always I'm always the most eloquent when people aren't watching me, which means I'm never eloquent on my streams. Oh my god. I do get absurdly anxious when I'm doing anything in proximity to people. Like, for example, I was shelving books today. And like, I needed time to kill, right? Because I had a hour that like I didn't have to be at a desk. So we're allowed to complete any of our other miscellaneous tasks. And technically I do have other miscellaneous tasks, but they haven't been updated since the last month. So I just haven't done them because I'm not sure what part exactly I'm supposed to do, because you get like certain sections that you're supposed to work on and I don't know where else to find them. So I haven't been doing those. And so the only other task that I have is either shelving books or somehow, or not somehow, but I would just go up to a person and be like, hey, what can I do? And so I've been shelving books because it's a lot easier, and then like you don't have to talk to people, and then I don't get embarrassed about like saying something dumb in front of a person. But there was a girl who had already beaten me to like the actual full rack of books, and she was sorting them. And then I was like, what parts have you sorted and what parts haven't you? And she was like, and so she did kind of, what is it called? that sorting system where like you do like you're sorting them numerically, right? And it's 1, 5, 7, 6, 9, right? And so you move, or like 5, 7, 6, 9, and so you would keep 5, and then you would move 6 close to 5, and then you put 7, and then you put 1 in the very front or something like that. You know, like, was it logarithmic? I don't know, but that thing, she was doing that essentially. But because of that, when I was like, oh, I just want to take like 3 books from the beginning of the thing so I don't mess you up too much, she like, her brain short-circuited, and she was like, it's because like these parts sorted, but like these still, like some of the things will still go in the top area, and like I could tell that she got embarrassed. And then our supervisor was like also at the desk, and she's very like not blunt, well, a little blunt, but she's assertive in the sense of like if you're talking near her, she will insert herself, but she's very chill, so I don't mind her, like in a good way. She inserts herself a lot into conversations, and so she was like, yeah, she sorts books in a weird way. And then she was like laughing at the girl who I was talking to, because like she was like, just give me like 3 seconds, and my supervisor was like, she just wants to take 3 books, just like let her take the ones that you haven't sorted yet. And she said, but I'm almost done, just hold on a minute. And I was just laughing because it's like, no, I get it, but also it's funny like watching someone else be like you know, instead of being the one. But then yeah, whenever she got finished, I took 3 books from the beginning, then I went to go put them back, and I was just gonna like, wherever she would go, I was just gonna go and like steal 3 books from her and then go shelve those, right, to kill time. But she is very nice, and so she was like, oh, because like I took 3 books again, and then I went, and then she came to the area that I was in, and she's like, I'll put the cart here, and then we can like both work on it, that way it'll get done faster. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And because we were both starting from the front, it like, as in like, oh, we're grabbing all the A's and then the B's, and you have the C's and D's. We were in the same like shelf area, and I kept getting anxious that I was like in her way. So then like it wasn't like a formal like, okay, you will do A's and then I do B's, you know. It was just kind of like, okay, we just have to return these, and we were both starting from the front, and so I just like finished shelving the books that I had, and then I went to the very bottom of the stack, or like because it's on a cart, and so at the end of the cart, I grabbed like the last letter, and then from there like we were shelving separately because I got too anxious, because like I don't want to keep like, oh, you gonna sorry, you gotta go around, no, me, okay, fuck. So I did that, but then I forgot about the most important detail when it comes to like, okay, you start from the front, I'll start from the back. You meet in the middle eventually. I completely forgot about that. So then there was also that another awkward part where it's like, hey. So I'm assuming he meant drive or drives. Yeah, probably that. But honestly, I have no idea. Because he said it broke, and then he bought a new one, so it would make sense if it was a drive. But then he said he had to install the Windows OS, which would be a driver issue, I think? So that's where I was like, I don't really understand. But I was like, that's a little too complicated for me. And it is not my job to figure that out, because I didn't get a job in IT. I got a job in, essentially, what is it? County-sponsored public service. Speaking of computer troubles, did you hear that Linux got the best PR ever? Really? What happened? I have not heard. I'm not an extensive computer nerd, but I do know of specific words, and it's like, oh, I know what that is. Linux is an Linux, that's how you say it. Linux is an operating system. It's the one with the penguin, right? No, yeah, Linux is the penguin. Ubuntu is the other one that's orange. Pep, your OS is in a storage unit, so if that fries, it's pep over. It is? Oh, well, that does make sense, huh? It like holds everything. I'm trying to remember whenever my my hard drive is different. Hard drive is the storage. Whenever my hard drive fried, I can't remember. Did they install? I have no idea. I just know that... Actually, don't know. I no longer know. I have no knowledge of the know. I think I have 2 drives. No, yeah, I do have 2 drives. Because I have the regular drive, and then I had like a second one installed. That's a terabyte, I think? Like, in terms of size. Welcome in, Antonio. Happy Thursday. Hope your day's going well. Never gets better. They upgraded my library to having tools. There's a legit blank shot Ramset nail gun hanging on the wall. That's fucking sick. I know that libraries provide a lot of like free services, which, by the way, guys, if y'all don't have a library card, I'm not sponsored, but you should totally go to your library, pick out some books you should read, because that's very good. And the best way, okay, listen to me very closely, the best way to support your local library is by getting a library card. And the second best way is by using your library card, okay? Use the services. Majority of them are free, and it's cool, and they tend to have a lot of cool stuff. Definitely take advantage of the services that you have via your library card. Most of them, getting a library card is completely free. So yeah, definitely check it out. Wow, Pep is sponsored by the library. I wish. It would be so cool. I wonder how many libraries would I have to reach out to before I could get sponsored by a library? Drive, storage, disk are the most common shorthand terms. Yeah, that's what I've heard. Drive and disk, and like storage is kind of like obvious, you know, like, oh, my storage drive, my storage disk, you know, something like that. What are we talking about though? Library. Oh yeah, library tools. I know a lot of them have 3D printers nowadays. Some have VR kits. One of the library systems near me has like embroidery machines and like Cricut machines. I learned how to use the embroidery machine, but I did not pay attention enough, and I did not retain enough information, so I have to take the class again. But I want to get a jacket, and I have a bunch of files already set to go. I just need to go back and do it. To embroider like little doodle, what is it called? Sketch hog style Shadow the Hedgehog onto a jacket. That's what I want. I just have not gone to do it. Let's see. I'm gonna go to my library and tell them that a stinky maid wolf threatened me to get a library card. You absolutely should. You should be like, there's a VTuber that said I should get a library card, so I'm here getting a library card now. Pep is sponsored by the Maid Wolf District Library. Found local at your local Maid Wolf District Library. Any of our branches. To get a library card there, you gotta pay $1,000 in YouTube super chat, and then I will mail you one. And our services include feeling like you're really cool and getting a super neat, totally not just random scrap of paper or what is it, construction paper cut into a rectangle with me being like, wow, a library card, and your name misspelled by one letter exactly. So after Artemis 2 launched, they were well into space, and like, I think it was 100,000 miles away. They had 2 computers with Outlook on them, and they both critically failed, requiring a new installation of Windows, common Windows L. Yeah, that's fair. So then, how'd they do it? What'd they do? Because obviously they used, Linux, but, like, did they have, like, a third computer that had Linux on it? Or, like, did they just have a USB with Linux? Like, I don't even... Linux, best PR to date was probably will remain... Oh, so it wasn't that Linux saved the day. It was just that Windows fucking died. And then they were like, you know what wouldn't die up there? Linux. Is that what happened? I have, like, a plate of food that I was starving for when I got home. That's sat in front of me. And like normal, anytime I have stream and food at the same time, I never eat. So give me 1 second. Let me just... This shit is cold. It's because of that extended silence. For me, and I've seen this in retrospect, whenever I'm going back and watching VODs or like looking for clips, the silence for me always feels like 1,000 times longer than what it actually is on the recording. because it's like, oh man, I spent so long being quiet here. Nope, it was like 2 seconds, but I'm like, what? I spent like 20 minutes not saying anything and chewing on food. But yeah, NASA developed some crazy ass tech to be able to re-download Windows at 230 megabytes per second from Earth to space. Better internet than my friend whose modem is in his house, like 4 yards away. Oh my god. Like right next to the modem. It's still like, give me a second, it's still loading. It's still downloading, it's at 3%. God. Good times, good times. I've been that friend before. That shit's embarrassing. You gotta like show up early to shit so that way when everyone's like, oh, let's download this game, you download it immediately. And despite like 3 people later, like once everyone's like, yeah, we're gonna download this, and y'all start talking, and 3 people additionally join, and they like convince them to download it or whatever, and then they have to go buy it, and then they buy it, and then they download it, you're still the last one to just barely get it installed. Like everyone else has it installed, including the 3 late arrivals, each like one after another, so it's not like, oh, 3 simultaneous, like 3 one after another, and then yours is still at 75% installed. I should not be eating, but I'm ridiculously hungry. I think his average is like 80. What does MBS stand for? Is it megabytes per second? I actually have seen that. What is it called? The unit of measurement. I've seen it mentioned several times, and I never asked what it's like stands for. But people have told me it. I just never remember it. It also puts me to shame because my internet is barely any faster than 260 MBS. The bandwidth usage of Artemis is amazing. Yes, megabytes per second. Okay, I was right. Megabytes or megabits? I don't know why it made me think of like Megamind, and then it was just like Megamind, but he's like blown to smithereens. Megabits. Is megabits an actual thing, or is that just like you're thinking of megabytes and you said the wrong thing? There are no megabits, dog. Completely made up false information. He's gaslighting me. Oh my god. Yes, megabits is a thing. Is it? Despite just being told, no, that's not a thing that exists, bait used to be believable. I was about to Google it. I was about to open a new tab and like, what is megabits? Eggs is full of shit. See, now I'm not sure. Helldiver, is megabits a thing? Also, welcome back. And explain it to me in vivid detail. Yes? I'm not sure whether to believe you or not. I'm thinking she's dodging me, tricking her, but Egg is one tricking. Is it? See, at that point, it becomes who is more believable. And I think Eggs tends to have a little more pride in the sense of, like, knowing stuff. So he wouldn't he would confidently say something, and there's a chance that he's wrong. And he'd be like, no, because this. And then whenever he's proven wrong, Alex will go, ha, see, I told you. Kind of loud, he'll get a little bit loud. And then Eggs will go, ah, my bad, or my B, or something like that. And then, like, there's like a specific tone that I have memorized from these interactions that have happened several times, and it's just like, ah, this is a pattern. Well, this is interesting yapping, isn't it, though? Isn't it the most interesting thing? Do you think megabits is an actual thing? 1 megabyte is 8 megabits. Megabits, MB, is different than megabytes, MB. Oh. Wow, Pep doubting me, shake my head. Why the fuck would I be yapping about megabits? I can tell y'all the truth. I'm not gonna though. Guys, megabits and megabytes don't exist. It actually stands for my bald salmon. Oh my god. Oh, speaking of salmon, have y'all ever seen that one website where it's like slap a guy with a fish? I forget what exactly it's called, but it's like it's exactly what it sounds like. It's just you slap a guy with a fish, and like it's a web page. It has like a guy, and then as you drag your cursor or your no, yeah, that's what it's called. Your cursor along the image, like along the technically entire website, a guy will just like a fish will follow where your cursor is, and you'll like slap a guy with a fish. Huh? Oh man, I wish I was a fish. Real. Oh my god. But y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Like y'all are just saying like, huh? Well, I say y'all. It's one person specifically, but y'all are one entity. So as long as y'all are small enough of a percentage to where, or small enough of a group to where if one person says it, I will consider it the entirety of it. I will consider it the majority. This is why Pep is awake at night. What do you mean? Actually, if I do regular chatting streams, I think I may be able to get a good night's sleep. 1 second, I'll be back. Just got recommended a video called Pushing a Sea Mine Off a Mountain from a year ago. Let me know how it goes, and if possible, please send me the link to the video. I want to see that. Like, it has to be in an open field, right? And like, how tall is the mountain? And then like, what do you mean a sea mine? Is it like the spiky balls that are in the ocean that like if you hit they explode? I feel like they're called something else, but I don't know what they're called. But like, what would that look like? And like, is it active? What if it's inactive? What's inside? Like it's probably exactly what I think of. Is it like a sea urchin, and then it's just like hollow inside? They push it into a forest. I don't think it would roll. I would assume as soon as it like touches anything, it would explode, which brings me to my next question. Like, wouldn't touching it make it explode? So would it even make it off the mountain? I had a computer that would only internet if you move the mouse. If it wasn't moving, the adapter disappeared. Oh my god. Yes, the spike ball and chain is a sea mine. Okay, so I was right about that. The hive mind. Exactly. Oh my god. So then would that even make it, like, how sensitive are sea mines? Because in movies, it's like you breathe on them, you barely touch them, and they fucking explode. Do you think landmines are the same? Because I know landmines require like a specific amount of pressure, kind of like key inputs, where I assume it works the same way as like mechanical keys on a keyboard, to where you can push it soft enough to where it won't register, but for the most part, as long as you like put enough pressure, it will register. Do you think the same can be said for landmines? Because I don't think like the spikes or anything are like spring push thingies to where they go in if they're being pressed, like, right? Because I have no idea. I have no idea how stuff works, or like very specific things. Like, I know things exist, but then in-depth knowledge tends to never have. Sea mines are magnetic. They blow up on metal. Wait, really? Let's see. There are still tons of those just floating around from the war, since it's so much of a hassle to remove them. Mine has been super boring. A few of my friends have been busy, so I am bored. A wrong use of bored, but I get that. I too turn into a wood plank when when I no longer have any activities to engage in. Real. EMP from nuke tests setting off sea mines. By setting off, do you mean exploding, or setting off like, I mean obviously exploding, right? But what if you mean turning off? Because it's, I assumed electromagnetic, oh my god, electromagnetic pulses automatically turned off and fried any electronics within the surrounding area. God, I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say. The magnetic ones. Oh. Wait, I don't get it. How does that, it exploded, right? So, okay, that makes sense. But like, did it explode when they touched it, or did it explode when it hit the ground? Maned wolf still learning to speak. I get tongue-tied so often. Underwater pressure is more extreme, so the touch of a boat, even slowly, due to sheer force of the weight of the warship, makes it go boom. The magnetic part is just to help assist the mine to the boat. Oh, so it like, the the bomb is a magnet. Like the mine itself, the ball with the spikes is like a magnet, so it gets attracted to any. Okay, I don't know why that didn't click for me before. I was like, oh, so it's just it can be like a magnet would stick to it, but it's not a magnet. No, it's a magnetism. Watch the video on stream. You have so many questions. Become a reaction, Andy. Oh my god. I'll send it to livestream related. Perfect. I won't watch it on stream, but if you're in the Discord, check livestream related. And like, let's watch it together. Oh, it doesn't have spikes. Wait, I was misled. Where are the spikes? I feel like that's, why does it have spikes actually? Yeah, that wasn't addressed previously. Why does it, why do they have spikes? Why would they have spikes? Depth charges work off the same principle. The magnets are there to make it more likely to hit the target. Sent it to you directly. Thank you. Interwar period invention and became more common in the war. But like, why the spike? Was it just for show? Hold on, I'm watching the video now. I am curious. I forgot I was watching that. I'm 2 tabs deep. Okay, he's like explaining it. Okay, hold on. Let me show y'all what I got recommended right after the video about the bomb getting pushed off a mountain. Live stream related. Okay, now I go back to watching. I won't. What is he not gonna do? Then I'll push the mine. Instead of from an elevation a few meters from a boat, I'll push it off this large mountain. Okay, they have gear. They have like a whole helmet on and everything. I'll take care of everything. When were the mines set? Unintelligible. When did you throw those canisters into the forest? When you killed those 2? Unintelligible. Oh my god, did they roll it? Oh my god, they rolled it. Name, put on a helmet, please. Unintelligible. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Lie down. When's it gonna... Is it gonna blow? They did actually roll it into a forest. Look at them go. Lie down. Lie down here. Tell those people we are coming. The bomb has been released into the forest. Lie down. Oh, it went off. Oh my god, you could see like the Air Force. Oh, I think that was actually just like the light from the actual explosion. Why is he prone position? Why did it just randomly cut to a guy going into prone position? Anyways, warning, it is loud. I have it muted. Let's see. Metal detector with a bomb for the buzzer. What? The spikes on a spiked The spikes on a spiked on set off the mine, but nowadays they're magnetic fuses. Oh, it's just a matter of design. The iconic spike ball is from whatever country designed them that way. Design them that way, most likely standing out the most, because for that to be chosen in media, I'm assuming it's our model. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna go buy paprika and peppers. I think that's what y'all are. That's what we were called. Have a wonderful day. Bye, JJ. Have a good day. Drink your milk, eat your vegetables. Don't talk to strangers or use time's best judgment. Happy Thursday. Standout designs are chosen for media like movies and such, and they stand out, like the AUG for Euro-terrorist or Soviet forces, even though it's an allied NATO design in the hands of military only. Huh. At the time. Should have had the sound on. Chosen. Well, because I wasn't sure if it was connected to like the audio. In terms of like actual stream. And I went to check it for a second and then I couldn't find it. And so I was like, Nah, I'll just I'll just fucking mute it. But hold on, let me. Now I'm curious. It can't have been that crazy, right? That is really loud. Holy shit. Like, I mean, I have it at half volume, but already it was so clear. And like, damn. Like, can you imagine hearing that in person? Because I know videos, because you're able to alter the like actual volume that you're hearing it at, never truly what you experience things at, so that's crazy. For legal reasons, please don't use products in a manner inconsistent with their label. True, true. Before AK became well known, it was the AUG as a bad guy gun for a time, even though, like I said, it was an allied gun specifically Austrian. Huh, that is crazy. I know there's a lot of, like, whenever I watch, you know those videos that it's like, oh, professional doctor reacts to doctor scene from TV show, you know, and it's like, oh, yeah, we wouldn't, because they're like, oh, give him 23 milliliters of oxytocin or something like that. Stat, and then the people are like, what? Why would you give him oxytocin if he has thermokinesis, you know, or something like that? Like, actually, what I would do is I would send him to, like, this team or something like that, and then from there we would check, because if not, blah, 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 like, they would actually go into detail. I don't know why I went into so much detail for that, but, all incorrect, by the way. I know nothing about medical shit, but, anytime I watch any of, like, the like, what is it, military specialist, or, like, special forces unit, director reacts to, you know, like, special unit scene from blah, blah, blah movie, or blah, blah, blah cartoon, they're always like, oh, that's actually the incorrect gun, because that one actually doesn't have a sniper rifle attachment, or doesn't have, like, the scope or something like that, so that one wouldn't be possible. And, like, oh, this handgun that they're using actually isn't powerful enough to, like, even really pierce through the car that they're in, so technically you would actually have to use this or this, but most commonly people wouldn't even use that kind of gun for crimes like that. They would use this gun, and blah, 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 blah. And it's always really fascinating. I love shit like that, because I don't know a lot of shit, and I don't get any of the information down. I don't learn anything, but it's cool to be like, oh, actually for this, normally this, because I like hearing they always go into, like, little anecdotal stories of, like, oh yeah, one time we had this patient, and blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, and this was the process. Or like, oh yeah, one time there was this guy that we were telling we had a stakeout, and blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Like, anecdotal shit. That is the shit that catches my attention, so I tend to watch a lot of that content. I say a lot, haven't lately yet, but there was, like, a good chunk of time that I spent for a while watching a bunch of random ass videos like that. The thing is, I feel like they're so limited. Like, there's a few, not good ones, but there's a few done by, like, a couple channels, and then the ones at least that are, like, professionally filmed in a way, like, you know, through BuzzFeed or something, where it's like, it's nicely edited in a way to where it's like, it's easy to watch, as opposed to, like, some guy just in a camera and he's like, hey, I'm the FBI director, and I'm gonna go over the sequence of the FBI in The Muppets, the movie, you know, or something like that, and he's just, like, there, and he has, like, the speaker audio on from his laptop, and then he, like, turns the camera, and, you know, you can hear, like, so you see right there, like, because he picks up the camcorder shit, you know. I'm a bit picky when it comes to, like, YouTube videos, especially if they have, like, bad audio quality, or, like, it has the people just kind of, like, sitting there for a little bit, in terms of, like, oh, they're trying to explain something, or they're, like, talking about something, and they just kind of go off on tangents a lot, or I don't know, there's a certain vibe that some people give that I'm just like, I don't feel like watching this. You aren't authoritative enough. I don't want to watch this. Let's see. Told you it was loud. Why do you think old veterans have hearing damage? True. They didn't really have hearing protection back in the day. I didn't even think of that. Yeah, I have a lot of gripes with old movies due to what they show, because it's almost never authentic, and it's just there for cool factor or to stand out. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 does with a SMG that it treats as a Chinese weapon, even though it's one of ours, being the Vesper. We're not hiring a weapons expert to make it correct. Helldiver and I have been writing paragraphs. We have reached our territory. I know guns, so whenever a movie has them, I just get a hit of autism of, they wouldn't use those there, or why does the American guy have an AK? Pep shoots the 12 gauge. 100 pounds of info goes off. Which info? But yeah, I hear a lot like, oh yeah, a silencer wouldn't fit this model of gun, and actually this model of gun tends to be really loud. If you're doing like a stealth mission, you wouldn't even use that. You would use more commonly something like this, or something smaller, which would be like more used frequently for crimes like this or something like that. That is used, like, I think like a good, I want to say 40% of what they tend to say about specific scenes when it comes to like, oh, there's guns and they're doing some kind of stealth mission or something like that. Like, oh no, that would be too loud. And that one, like, is too dangerous because of the ricochets and stuff like that. Or like, oh, you should never shoot a gun in this phase because blah 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 and blah blah blah. And it's just like, oh, cool. Don't learn a thing, but oh, cool. Kind of crazy how topics can just derail when yapping. Exactly. Powder explosive. That's in like almost everything, isn't it? Because I feel like anything that, well, I mean, I guess it's not in like Coke and Mentos. Is it? What if it is? What if part of it is in our food? What exactly makes up explosive powder, huh? Ricochet, huh? Ricochet! Whoa! I need to make like a super cool grizzled military style, and like, since I have at least 2 people who know about stuff, I gotta consult them and be like, what kind of thing would be cool for action sequencing? And they're gonna be like, well, what kind of action sequence do you think? And I'm like, something cool. And they're gonna be like, yeah, but like, is she going like on like trails or like outdoors, or is it gonna be inside? Is it like espionage or something like that? And I'm like, something cool. Gonna have to consult them, like, what if I put like that cool belt with all like the ammo on it across her chest? And they're like, why? She has 1 pistol. What if I put she has like 3 grenades on her belt loop thingy? And then like, she's a stealth person. Oh my god. Like now, and I also did this with a friend where we were talking about hair and hair care treatment, and it ended with me yapping about the history of fascism. I feel like that's just you in general, though. Somehow you can bring up any topic with eggs, and I kid you not, you can bring up any topic with eggs and just follow the flow of conversation, and eventually it will lead to some type of like history explanation of like, yo, yeah, the Franks and Genghis Khan, they made out one time sloppy style. Oh my god, if you want a silent gun, you want something that fires pistol calibers because they have slower velocities. Also, they're typically more compact. Less clothes equals more stealth, obviously. What is that one meme from what's it got, Solid Snake or whatever, where it's like, Commander, the clap of my ass cheeks is alerting the guards. I'm too dummy thick or something like that. Trying to be Rambo. That's why John Wick carries a pistol. Wait, so isn't John Wick, that movie series, isn't that one like the one that gun nerds and like military nerds love a lot? Because they're like, oh, this is actually real. This has real shit. Or am I misremembering that? Let's see. Ah, my nose. Okay, let me give you a kinda. Okay, so it's not 100% real. Because I know there's like a lot of shit. Because I've seen clips every now and then. It's like, how the fuck did he do that? But some of the clips in some action movies, I mean, of course, if it's live action, it has like a stunt double, so obviously someone did it to some capacity. But like, sometimes, like Jackie Chan, he does some stunts sometimes, and I'm like, how the fuck? And I'm not talking about like, oh, he jumped from a 3rd-story building and he survived. But like, certain flips and stuff, I'm like, how would someone do that? There's no way that's real. But no, he did that. That was real. I've thought about a mod idea for Lethal Company that adds guns, but it's either historical guns that sucked then and now, or just rusty broken guns that are just as useless as everything else. He does a lot of fake shit, but he does a lot of good stuff too. It's compact, it's quiet. Hired a weapons expert. You can't say that about the Franks, Pep. The world isn't ready. Oh no, the classifieds, they're out. Now everyone will know. Oh my god. Speaking of like unreal stuff, hold on, let me show y'all a cool clip really quick. I don't know if I can find like the specific clip that I'm talking about, but like the reference. So okay, essentially, I think right here, yeah. So actually, let me pull it up here first. So I watched a anime a while back, right? It was called Skate the Infinity, and they had this character that was a younger kid, and he was like a skating prodigy, right? It was about like not roller skating, but like skateboarding, right? Mia Chinen clips, skating clips. Trying to see where he does like the tricks and stuff. This one? No. Well, I mean, kinda. I have to look through like a bunch of random shit, like Mia clips for edits and stuff. And I'm trying to like get the skating clips, not the ones where it's like, oh look, it's essentially a cat boy, because like his theme is very cat and stuff. Even though he's a prodigy skater, so he does a lot of cool tricks and stuff. And just recently, I saw a, like, not a clip, but it was like an Instagram reel. I think it was an Instagram reel of someone actually doing the tricks and stuff. Like physically in person, so like they're actually possible, and I was like, that's fucking crazy. And I mean, obviously to some capacity, they're possible. But like, how, you know? Because like, okay, I'll show y'all the thing, and then from there I'll tell y'all like, no, someone actually did that though. And then I wonder if I'll be able to, no, let me mute this, because I don't want the audio. How do I, okay, there we go. Okay, let me rewind it. Hold on, I gotta show y'all short. Is it that? And then this one. There we go. That one. And then let me show it. Look. Release the Pep files. Gun. Guys, what type of gun do y'all think Pep would use? Definitely not a sniper. She's too blind for that. That double barrel pistol, I don't know how to spell the name of Dulager or some shit. I know the gun eggs. It's Duringer. Gumi! Let's see. Look, this one. I have to, oh my god, the heck is this? Wait, hold on, if I do that. Nope, it does not. Okay. Hold on. Right there. Let me put that right there, make it bigger. So look, this is a thing in the show, and it's sideways, but like tilt your phone or like tilt your head, like use your brain, right? And so they kick it, and then he's able to like jump onto that, right? And then it doesn't have the rest of it. Hold on, let me look for it. Give me 1 second. Oh, is it this? God, because they have like way too many. Okay, wait, actually this might. I didn't even hide it. What the heck did I hide? I thought I hid it. I did not, in fact, hide it. But look, he does like a bunch of shit like this where he tilts the board and stuff. Well, he does also do this. But look, that, where he lands on the edge of the board. And he does do that, and then he like... Well, it's not showing it here, but he like walked on the board. But it wasn't this guy. It was like some other guy, and he like did the whole sequence of stunts that Mia did. And I was like, what the fuck? How do you even do that? And that's something that they animated him doing in the show. Like, this was... No. That's, whatchamacallit. Copyrighted. I think it's fine if I show the graphics though, right? Should be fine. I might speed it up a little to avoid copyright claims, obviously. Speed. 1.5. There we go. So like that thing, firstly, kind of cool. But then he does other stuff. Watch. Trust. I'd like a nice cannon. A cannon. For that mod idea, I'm thinking of like the best gun you can find is like the decrepit AK-74. That no matter what, you can't find a mag for it anywhere, so you're stuck manually reloading every cartridge for every shot. That would be funny, since you know, no mag. Wait, so you can still use guns that have like, that normally use mags, but like you have to physically load the bullet in every time? That's an option? I mean, not that I would use it, right? But like, I didn't know that. Look, like that thing where they lean on the back, but then there's still like the two wheels up and they're able to like maneuver it like that. But then there's other stuff. Watch. Which they didn't do this part, because I think to an extent, obviously they can't do certain things. There was just like a crazy thing that he did. Let's show it. They did do that. So like he like rotates it. And in the anime it's so cool. They like actually say the thing like, oh, it's this thing, it's this thing. It also has like a very cool plot about like being asset stuff. Let's see. Yeah, I had a single shot Sears Roebuck 22. I could reload it like butter. You just gotta breech load it now, like how Gramps did it and how God intended. Oh my god. Oh, did they already pass? Oh man, I don't think it's in this clip. Dang it. There was like a very specific cool trick that he did. Around the bend. Where did he do it? Yeah, I don't think it shows it in this one. Dang it. Okay, there's like this weird thing that he did where like for the turn, he like... Or maybe I'm misremembering. I might be misremembering. Anyways, this is like way off what we were originally talking about, if we were talking about something, which I don't remember what it was. But yeah, a guy did like all the tricks and I was like, oh my god, some of those are actually doable. There was just one that they didn't do that I feel like it was that kid. And like around the bend, he like essentially flipped over his board while he was skating, right? Flipped over his board and have like the tip of it grab the inner, not rail, but like some kind of little hole thingy, or like a, not a trench, but a small trench, you know? And it like slid on that, and then I remember him like flipping it back up, but I would have to go and look at it again. Just purposely lower the quality to 144p to avoid copyright. You're so right though. Maybe too late for me, but you're so right. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't find it. But oh, look. Hold on, we're gonna go back here because this is cool. I think this is cool. This is neat. Right there. Look what he does. You see that shit? Isn't that fucking crazy? And like, you know, every time they have to like learn that, they bust their ass so many times. I think it's super cool. I don't know. I find it really neat. I would personally never do that because, you know, the feeling of slamming your nose face first, or like just full brunt force, full brute force, I don't know, full blunt force into concrete is not fun. Any surface, not fun. So like, I'm good. Like, even if you have a soft like memory foam cushion or like soft cushion like pillow top or whatever, and you like slam your face into it, not fun. It still puts pressure on your nose and it fucking hurts. So yeah, nah, I think I'm good. I'll just watch cool people do it. Ultimate Nacha Skateboard Edition. Dude, I see so many of those clips often. God, that shit hurts. Like, I totally I don't even know where to go with that joke. It's like, oh, I totally don't have it, or I totally have it. I know exactly what they're going through, and I've been there before. Oh, my family jewels. But like, that shit hurts, cause, yeesh, you know, cause like already it hurts when I like squish my finger in a fucking drawer and shit. So like, yeesh. Yeesh is all I have to say. Went from work, libraries, to sea mines and guns, then and the representation. Now back to my first question. A LMG is too heavy. A sniper and a DMR need good eyesight. I have good eyesight. A pistol and revolver takes too much skill, leaving battle rifles, ARs, shotguns, and SMGs. Damn, that's slick, right? Ultimate. Alright. Okay, yeah. I'm caught up. Now I can take a celebratory bite of my nondescript food that I'm eating. If anyone can guess what food I'm eating, you get 500 points. I have nothing to say I'm eating. Give me 1 second. Salami. No. Wouldn't mind the scrapes and such, but my issue that makes me avert from doing so is one wrong landing means, oops, your arm or leg goes the wrong way. I knew a guy in college. He skateboarded a lot for fun. Broke his ankle. And of course, like, that was like way before. That was one of the skating injuries that he'd had. But he explained it to me. I can't remember the exact accident now, but like, I remember he explained it to me and I was like, Jesus Christ. And he was like, yeah, as soon as it healed, I went skating again. And I was like, that's the kind of people that do that shit, but like, damn, that's crazy. And then some of the, some of the people that skate a lot, or at least in clips that I see, they be doing it in like the craziest places. Like, not just, oh, abandoned big pool or something like that. I'm talking about like on the rails of a mall or something. Or like, oh, we're gonna do this trick over like this big old gap by like these brick like plant blocks or whatever, like it's like a little wall area that they have for plants, and then they like do a trick off of it or something. And like, my thing is, if you like, you lose your balance and you fall, there is nowhere that you're landing around that isn't the edge of a brick, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's not exactly like the most cushiony place to land. So that's where I'm like, no thank you. Oh my god. Let's see. Wouldn't mind the scrapes. Oh no, I already read that. A burger with cheese. Just ate. Was it? The breaks promoting. Yeah. A burger with cheese. Please read the rules in the description. That way you're prepared. Not prepared, but like, you know what you're getting into. A shotgun doesn't need good eyesight. An SMG is light enough for Pep to carry. An AR is standard. Battle rifles. I read batterflies. Battle rifles are kind of iffy for Pep. Why though? I think I do great with a battle rifle. Oh my god. I just ate a slice of cheese and salami rolled up. Is salami different from pepperoni? It is, right? Like, it's a different flavor profile, but I think, I'm probably wrong about this, but isn't pepperoni made of salami to like some extent? I think they're both pork, right? Let's see. Clearly a blunderbuss for Pep. What do you mean? I had a skateboard with steel wheels. You can't see the blood in the dark, but the sparks are cool. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean the blood? Did it make you bleed? How? A skateboard with steel wheels. Also, I didn't know that was a thing, but that makes sense because I have seen clips of like, oh, they're skateboarding and then there's sparks coming out from the bottom. But like, that's from the wheels? The salami lid don't fit. What does that even mean? They fire full-size cartridges and typically have a smaller mag size while being heavier. So that means it's a powerful gun, but they have smaller, like, reload bullet boxes, otherwise known as mags. And they're heavy. Right? Right? Mind blown. Pepperoni just being red salami. Okay, but like, you say that, but like, is that is what it is, right? Hold on. Pepperoni versus salami. Like, what's the difference? Going on to Reddit. r/questions. Can someone explain the difference between salami and pepperoni to me? Pepperoni, the meat, is a form of salami, which has chili pepper heat added to it. It is an American creation by Italian immigrants in New York. Pepperoni literally means peppers in Italian. This type of salami is not commonly chosen in Italy. However, if you ordered a pepperoni pizza there, you'd receive one with sliced peppers on top. Oh, the more you know. Let's see. Mind blown. Oh wait, I already read that. Steel wheels offer good durability, but of course are a bit too durable at times and it hurts much more. Is that like from landing because they don't like absorb any of the impact of like any jumps or anything? Spices and drying. Oh, wait. No, that makes sense though. That makes sense. Most pepperoni isn't really like moist or anything. And that does make sense because like look, this is what confused me. Here, let me copy this image and I'll send it to y'all. And actually I can just show y'all. Right here. This is what always confused me. I was about to like physically move the actual window. Actually, no, I can. Look, that window, that image in the corner right there, because they're so similar looking. That's where I was like, are they not the same thing? Because I've seen both, and in my head, both were pepperoni. But now we know. Now we know. Pepperoni is just salami with pepper added. Yeah, with peppers added. Also, I didn't know I could bring the window in here. Just noticed it. Howdy, how's it going? We are yapping about, I think, 3 things simultaneously. Classic paprika chatting stream. Classic, I think, chatting stream in general. What do y'all think is... Not what do y'all think. What is the most topics of a conversation y'all had going at once? Because I think, for me, it was 3. And that's because it was a group chat. So, like, there was one conversation that was with all 3 of the members. And then there was one conversation for... It was like... So person A, B, and C, right, were included in one conversation, and that one was ongoing, while person A was asking person B something, and person B was asking person C something, but it was 2 different things. So it wasn't like, oh, hey, what do you think about this? I don't know, let me ask person C. It was like, like, oh, did you see the game last night? And then the other was like, hey, can you send me the recipe for that quesadilla that you made, or something like that. It was kind of like, guh, but it's, I think usually when a lot of multiple, conversation topics not intersect, but like happen simultaneously, a lot of the smaller ones tend to wrap up quickly. That's at least my experience. They tend to like finish pretty quickly because of how distracted everyone is with like the other topics or whatever. So usually some tend to like fizzle out. Let's see. Battle rifles and DMRs, my beloved. I love the FAL. Hey Pep, I'm asking for a friend. Is the shop open yet? It is. The new one, the ACG Goods, ! shop, and you should get the link to it. The, Ko-fi one has not reopened yet. Let's see. I like the HK 416 and 417. I'm pretty sure, Godzilla. We're multitaskers, exactly. My ADHD butt probably have 6 different conversations at once, and half of them will be just by myself. Okay, that's real. I have this issue a lot, and I feel so bad every time it happens, but someone will be talking to me, and I'll start thinking about what I'm gonna say so hard that I forget to listen. So someone will be like, oh, hey, by the way, the printer isn't working, and then they'll start saying like, oh, because I tried to reset it and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and I'll start going like, okay, so if a patron comes up to me and they're like, is the copier or printer, I forgot what I said, is the thing working, or like, can I print or something, like, or can I use the copier, but I want to print something. It's like, oh, actually for printers, they're down right now, and they're like, oh, but what about that machine? I saw someone using it. It's like, so that one's actually the copy machine, so you can only make copies of it, but you cannot send a file from the computer to be printed out on there. That would be through the printing station, and it's currently not working right now, right? And as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh yeah, you know, that'd be a good way to like deal with any customers who say that. I remember, oh shit, they're still talking, and then I'll have to like rezone in, and they're like, yeah, and so then I tried this, and that one didn't work, and at that point like there was something else I could do, so we're just gonna call like an IT tech, and so yeah, just let them know. And I'm like, okay. Sometimes it is actually important stuff though. It's like, hey, by the way, when do you have free time for this training? And I'm like, oh, this time. And they're like, okay, well, essentially I'm gonna train you on blah 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 blah. And then I'll start thinking, when did I have free time? Yeah, I have it that time. Did I have anything else that I was supposed to do? No, I don't think so. I should be good to go. I should be like very focused at that time. I don't think I'll have any issues with any other things. Although later that day I will have an appointment or a meeting with so and so, or like a stream later. So I do need to be careful to like hopefully not be too social. But I mean, that's not really an option for me. I already said it. So other than that, it should be good. I just need to come in like mentally prepared to be trained for that. And blah blah blah. Oh shit, they're still talking. What are they saying? That happens a lot to me. ARs are the modern standard, while most battle rifles got turned into DMRs. Why? Also, what does DMR stand for? Duck Modern Rifle Dragon Mecha Robot Dove Manly Roses. Hold on, I can think of more. Give me a second. Drivable mechanic rectangle. Directionally movable rotation. Designated marksman rifles. Too late! Because having a fully automatic rifle firing bigger bullets has a thing to be really hard to control. Eggs got it. Ah, gotcha. Pep seeing the pin is jam sign I put on her printer snaps her right back. What would it even mean pin is jammed on a printer? Because you wrote P-E-N, not P-I-N. P-I-N would mean something internal, like some type of pin or something is jammed inside the printer, meaning it's actually unusable. But pin is jammed. Wouldn't that be like a writing pin? Would it even... Oh, unless like you stuck a pin in there. But like, why would you stick a pin in there? So like that wouldn't be it. Pep seeing the pin is jammed sign I put on her printer snapped her right back. God, my nose is itchy. Trying to think what else. Yeah, I have that issue a lot with zoning out when people talk. It happens way too often, but it's because of the amount of things. Like it correlates to the amount of workload that I have. If I don't have much... Okay, look, if I don't have anything going on, that does not mean that like, oh, I never have that issue. That unfortunately is not true. I will always find something to think about. It'll be like they're talking and I'm like, I'm kind of hungry. I wonder what I should eat. You know, I was looking at recipes earlier and I was looking for like meals that I would be able to prep and put in the freezer and then heat up later. But a lot of the recipes had like the way to heat it back up, you had to like thaw it out first, which makes sense. But I am impatient. I don't want to thaw the thing out. I want to heat it up and eat it immediately. Some of them, though, had like, oh, you have to put it in the oven, which that I don't mind, despite it being, well, no, it is essentially the same thing as popping it into the microwave and heating it up. Oven just has like a couple more steps in the sense of like, oh, put it on a baking tray instead of just a styrofoam plate. But I still feel that it's easier to do than thawing it out first. But most recipes recommend thaw it out first, even for soups, which I feel is unnecessary. Like, I understand why, obviously, right? Actually, no, I don't understand why. Especially for soups, there's like a certain amount of water content that was frozen. Why would thawing it out be... I guess it's just because, like, normally when you heat up stuff, they heat up from the outside in, and I assume to a certain extent that's how heating up things works in general. It, like, has a starting point of heat. So, like, for oven, because it's a closed space, but the heat comes from the heating element in the back of the oven, and then the air is circulated a little bit to like speed up the heating process because it's in an enclosed space. It kind of comes like from everywhere, but predominantly from the back, which is why you don't usually put baking stuff in the very back. So I guess that one is more of an all-rounder, and then you can even like even it out more by using like a steaming process. But for the microwave, it bounces the like radiation stuff or whatever around, which then moves the particles a lot faster, which then heats it up, but it heats it from the outside in because it just hits the food from the outside, and then that's why like for thicker objects, whenever you heat them up, they'll be like steaming, but the inside is still stone cold. And as for bowls, I think that's because like the actual material that the bowl was made of, like whenever the bowl comes out super hot but the soup is like stone cold, I think that's because the material that the bowl is made out of absorbs heat a lot better than the other thing, so all the heat gets concentrated into there. But I could be wrong, but I assume that's how it works, right? The spacing between pen and is very important. Pep seeing the pen. Oh, no, I don't get it. I mean, I kind of get it, because, like, but, like, jammed, I don't get it. I don't get it. I can send you a comparison between battle rifle and cartridge, and an AR cartridge. Pep, you can microwave metal if you wrap it in a wet towel. That's not true, right? Like, on the one hand, my brain's like, there's no way that's true. But on the other hand, is it? Because, like, you can blow bubbles with a CD disc, like plastic bubbles, if you, like, heat it up with a lighter, and then once it's, like, melted enough, you can blow it, and then it does, like, these really cool, not really color shifting, but a little bit color shifting, I guess, like, iridescent in a way, bubbles, but it's, like, plastic bubbles. I often think about the funny idea of taking people out of their field of work and slapping them somewhere they do not do well in or belong, like Pep and plenty of others in Ultra Killer HOI 4. There was an idea that I had, like, I want to say 2 years ago now, where I was like, what if I, like, enlist a couple of VTubers, right? Like, maybe 8, right? And I get 4 people who are really good at some type of, like, FPS game, right? Like, oh, they're really good at Valorant, or they're really good at Overwatch or something like that, right? Or they're really good at Call of Duty, right? Something like that, like something that they're really, really good at. And then I get 4 people who have never touched an FPS in their life and are notoriously bad for it, right? And then I have, like, the good people train the bad people, and then the competition is essentially like who is able to train the best player, like who, not necessarily who's the best mentor, but who is able to train them to a point to where they're actually able to applicably apply their skills and win the tournament in the, like, think of, like, what is it, best worst baker or something like that, you know, like who's able to rise in the ranks through, like, short training things. The only thing is it would take such a long, not a long, but it would be, like, time-wise very, how to say it, very needy. There's another word for it. Very demanding of people, because essentially you would have to coordinate with 8 people, and each group of 2 has to coordinate to get, like, a specific amount of, like, training hours done or whatever in the game to be ready to play. And then from there, and, like, there's also, like, the whole thing of, like, oh, will these people get along? And so I never actually put it into play, but it was an idea that I had that, like, I pitched to someone, not as in doing it, but I was like, oh, I had this idea, what do you think about this? And they were like, dude, that's a really good idea. If you have it, like, sign me up. I want to do that. And I was like, okay. And then it's been 2 years. Let's see. It might be true, never tried. I know a VTuber who's good at Tarkov. That's happened before. I know Flash did something similar to that, and it involved training up VTubers. Oh god. Technically, too, they typically play together. Or, like, a pro lethal comp player alone versus a group of people bad at games. Yeah, that would be fun. Check your DMs, Pep. It's like, Pep, look at this copyright claim. Let's see. VTuber coaching a bronze VTuber in Marvel Rivals. Oh, okay, so there's something in, like, a smaller scale, but I wanted to see, like, a little competition or something where it's like, okay, like, who will come out on top, because I like little, like, competition streams and stuff like that where it's like, ooh, these people are competing, but, like, I like a little bit of a twist on it because I like those, like, shitty reality TV shows, you know? And so I wanted to, like, have some type of mixture of that, not just like, oh, can I do this? Can I do that? Which, don't get me wrong, those premises tend to be fun, but, like, I like I like having multiple characters because then like you can, oh, this person stands out to me the most, and so I want to root for them. You know what I mean? It was a competition. Oh, it was? There were like 12 people doing it, and I think the teams went against each other. 2 teams of 6. Oh my god, everything has been done. I stole their idea, damn it! Oh yeah, I do want to see what would happen if Alex and Eggs tried to train Pep to play Marvel. Oh, good god. Dude, when I tell you, like, I have such a big avoidance for any of those, like, multiplayer, like, MMO-style games that, like Fortnite and Marvel Rivals and Overwatch, where it's like a team of people live playing against each other and it's based on reaction times and stuff like that. Because y'all have seen my reaction times leave a lot to be desired. But then also, like, I genuinely try to learn things, but I'm not the fastest at a lot of things. And so what tends to happen a lot is that I get quiet and I focus, but then also if I do bad, I get more quiet and I try and like lock in even more, and that just results in me getting even quieter. And so it's just so not fun for content. So that's why I don't do any of that, because I'm like, I don't want people to feel bad, and I also don't want to be in a bad mood after I end streams, and also I don't want to cause anybody stress. So I will explicitly avoid this one specific genre that does that, because I have had a friend, I think it was, I want to say it was Rivals, or maybe it was Overwatch. It was the one that has the gorilla and then also the hamster in a robot. But they were like, play this game with me, play this game with me. I'm like, no, I'm bad at those games. And they were like, please play it, I will train you, it doesn't matter if you're bad, I won't hold it against you, please play this game with me. And I was like, no. And then finally they were like, please, pretty please. And I was like, fine, but I'm just doing it so you can see how bad I am at the game. And they they just like kept criticizing me throughout the match. And I just got so quiet. And then eventually I was like, I have to go to bed. I'm gonna go to bed. And they were like, okay, good night. And that was it. They were like, why do you stick to the walls? Why were you on that side of the map? Why didn't you shoot that guy? Why didn't you use your ult? And I was like, I don't know what you're saying to me. What do you mean? Overwatch, Winston and Hammond. Oh my god. Welcome in, DM. What? Welcome in, MO. Happy Thursday. Hope your day's going well. If never gets better. So every battle royale, yeah, essentially. Fortnite I can get away with, honestly, because I should play Fortnite for y'all one day. But I tend to go on a lot of side quests. I end up in the plains a lot, or like a lot of vehicles just like roaming around and stuff, and it's not till like the very end where it's like close range, where like usually I can sneak around enough not to consistently get wins, and this was like from years ago, this information, so maybe it's like drastically changed and I'm completely wrong, but like I've won like maybe 3 to 5 battle royales, but I didn't play too often, so that's not saying a bunch. And then also I think it's like skill based matching, so that's really not saying a lot. Let's see, watch this doe-eyed maned wolf stand there as everyone else fights for their life. Yeah, I like to go on small adventures. That's Overwatch. Teaching Pep Redstone in Minecraft. Welcome in, Flocky Cho. Happy Thursday. Hope it is going well. Now to get better. Playing with really competitive games ruined multiplayer for me. Real. Dog, my reaction time is ass, and I still play R6 in PC lobbies. As a console player, I have constantly gotten last in leaderboard. Play healer in Final Fantasy VI. I had a friend who tried to get me into that. She's like, oh, it's a fun online game, and I'm just like so emotionally wounded from all the times that I try and like get into games where it's like, oh, you play a part of a team, and I just weigh down the team. So I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't want their opinion to change of me. They will be like, oh my god, she's actually a fucking moron. Oh my god. It really matters the people you play with. Absolutely. There was so much to HOI 4. There's no way Pep remembering even the basics. I remember my brother tried to teach me, I want to say it was Call of Duty. It was that or the other one that's like very, very similar to it. But like it was on the PS2 if I remember correctly. That or the PS3. I don't know. It was one of the PlayStations, and it had like the controller with the joystick, right? And he was like, yeah, so this one you use to move around, and this one you use to look around, and then this button you use to shoot. And I'm like, y'all can't see it obviously, but I'm like physically doing it. So like the muscle memory I think is there. I don't know if it's correct, but it's there. He's like, this one to shoot, and this one to like actually pull up the gun, so that way you have the like little cursor to do it, and this one to reload the gun, and this one to swap out your weapon, and this one to crouch. And like, none of it would, I mean, like, it would stick, but not in a way that I understood. As in, like, the muscle memory would get there eventually because I kept playing a little bit, but in terms of, like, actually understanding, I don't know, it wouldn't click to where I could confidently say, okay, yeah, I got it. Like, I would just kind of fuck around, and, like, for example, there was one thing that I tend to do a lot. I memorized the button for the knifing, so a lot of the times, for, like, we would play zombies a lot, I would just knife all the zombies because I could never consistently remember the shoot button, the reload button, and the actual aim button. So I would just like loop around zombies and get like to the back, and I would always take damage because no matter how much you loop around, they always hit you. And so I would just like knife all the zombies. And he's like, why are you knifing them? You could just shoot them. You have a perfectly full bag. And I was like, I don't know. It's funner to knife him. It's a lie. I was embarrassed. Oh my god. I know you don't like those type of games. Yeah. Oh my god. Let's see. Hold on, I actually have to reread. Let's see. Real Main Wolf reacts to Main Wolf VTubers Peppa's stream. Forgets one thing. Country explodes into civil war. It's not my fault. We're in PC lobbies while I'm on an Xbox One 2013. I'm getting 30 frames per second. Wait, Pep, would you be interested in getting a 6-stack and going against bots in Marvel Rivals? That way, you only let down people you already know. The only thing about Final Fantasy VI, I think that's 6, is that everyone is so nice to Sprouts, new players. Yeah, that's what I've heard too. That's what my friend was telling me, because she had only started playing that year, and she was like, no, but it's so easy and people are so nice. And I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like, I didn't want to risk it. I have so much trauma about it. I know you don't like those type of games. Peppa Warzone stream went. That was the other one. He tried to get me into Warzone. As soon as he heard that I streamed, he was like, we should, and he streamed for a little bit. He was like, you should play Warzone with me and we should stream together. And I was like, haha, that would be so cool. But it was like the point in my life that I realized I should not play any shooter games. Especially when they're online. And so I was like, haha, that would be so cool. And then I just like never followed up with him. Oh my god. Alex, if you do that stream in Discord, I gotta watch. Pep, you can train zombies without getting hit. Well, about that. I can see the headline already. Main Wolf allegedly got encircled by the AI. That's FF14. Oh, that's 4 IV, not 6. 6 is VI. Oh, I forgot the X. This just in. Main Wolf don't know numerals. That's old news. FF14 is fun, but more fun if you have people to play with. She blind. Chad Rika on stream win? I don't know. He no longer has a PC. He's kind of like going through a lot in terms of life. So like, who knows when I'll finally have him on stream. But he's very fun. I look up to him a lot. So maybe one day I'll convince him to like do some type of stream event with me. It's not really a matter of convincing. It's just bro's busy, and then also like, bro has a little bit of a sailor mouth. I don't trust what he'd say, low-key. Like, Dave had to be, like, specifically trained, right? And that's why I don't let, like, any of my other siblings on stream often. Because I'm like, I don't know if I trust you to not say something insane or something. Like, Dave is the only one that I've trusted to, like, okay, you can make regular appearances. I don't mind, like, random unscripted ones. Let's see. What about something like Crab Game? That would be fun. Chad Rika, a bad influence. Wasn't he the one stealing Pokemon cards and letting you take the fall? Yeah, okay, well, actually, no, he was pretty, how to say it? Valorous, I guess. In the sense of, like, if I got in trouble for things, sometimes he would, like, take the fall for me. But it was often things that, like, I didn't know what was going on, and he was like, it's my fault. It's my fault. And it wasn't his fault. It wasn't, like, anybody's fault. I just did a thing because I was fucking stupid. And he was like, it's my fault. I told her. And so, no, he was actually a good brother. Is a good brother. But, Yeah, he was the one. So here's the thing. He told me, not told me. He made me like do exactly what he was doing, which was stealing Pokemon cards from a big chain store. So like no damage done at the end of the day. But I didn't know what stealing was at the time. Like I was young enough to where I didn't know. So I was just like, okay, he's telling me to do this. How weird. I wonder why we're being so quiet about it. And then I got caught because, you know, I didn't know any better. So I just like had my Pokemon cards out. And then our parents were like, wait a minute, we didn't buy you that. And then they interrogated my brother because they knew I was kind of a fucking moron. And so they were like, you you did this, didn't you? And yeah, he did. So he got in trouble. I maybe got a slap on the wrist, but not enough to where I remember. Like maybe they took away our Pokemon cards and that's it. And I was just kind of like, ah, man, oh well. I didn't even really play Pokemon. I just like the art. He used to like, for all the packs that we would get, we would go through them, and any of the good cards, like actual battle good cards, he would take them, and then he would give me any of the ones that I wanted. Not any, but like most of them, because most of them I just wanted for the cute art or the cute Pokemon. And I was like, oh, I want that one. I want Skitty. And he was like, okay, you can have Skitty, and you'll give me your Dialga. And I'm like, okay. Oh my god. Get him on so we can speed run to round 100 on Origins. Get all the staffs. Oh no, Peppa channel getting banned. Pep too stupid to have the original idea to steal cards. It's just, it wasn't something that occurred to me. I don't want a lot, you know? And so it's just not really like, oh, I want this so bad. I'm gonna take it even if they say no. Like, I'm trying to think. I don't think I ever stole anything. Is that true? Cause like even me, I'm like, oh, surely like every kid takes, I think the only story that, wait, no, that was Dave. So then, have I not? Like I'm trying to think, cause even me, I'm like, no, there has to have been like one instance where I was like, I really want this. I'm gonna take it anyways. But I can't think of a single thing. Cause like I was lucky enough to where like the aunt that would watch us a lot during the summers when like our parents were working, if we were good and we caused no issues, she would you stole fizzy lifty drink. What do you mean fizzy lifty drink? You lose. Good day, sir. That's a fact. Stole well, I mean, yeah, but like not because it was my idea. Pep is sinless and pure, clearly. I don't steal, despite knowing so many people get away with it. I know God would make an example of me. Dude, that's my same, like, mood. Especially nowadays, it's like, I don't want to risk anything, because chances are, like, I'm gonna do it, and then I'm gonna get in trouble, and, like, I don't want that shit to happen. Let's see. What was I saying? Does Pep not know? What do you mean? You stole the fizzy lifty drink. Willy Wonka? Okay, it's a Willy Wonka. Dude, I haven't seen that movie in years. Like, I didn't remember. Oh my god. But that's the scene towards the end where it's like, I didn't steal anything, or I didn't do anything, and he was like, oh, you stole this drink, and so that's why you're not able to get my factory, right? Lame-o, you know. But yeah, my aunt had this one rule, right? It was like, there were other rules, obviously, but it was just like, don't be mean, share, don't throw dirt in your cousin's eyes, you know? Don't shove anybody. But essentially, the main rule was listen to her, don't cause any issues, and on Friday, she would buy you candy. And it wasn't just like, oh, everyone is getting a Twix, or oh, everyone is getting a pack of M&Ms. Like, you could go to the store with her, and you could choose. And that meant Ring Pop was on the table. Push Pop was on the table. A pack of gum? It depended on how old you were, but it was possibly on the table. A bag of chips? On the table. Like, she, like, actually let you have the choice. So that's where, like, at least for me, easiest way to bribe me. Somehow I never got kidnapped. Because I was easily bribable with candy. But yeah, you know, I was like, oh shit, I can get a Push Pop regularly? Every week? If I just don't be a dick? Say less. Oh my god, I've stolen from a 10-year-old before, not my proudest moment. Oh no. I think I was a 10-year-old you stole from. I have gotten stolen from 3 times that I remember. My DS got stolen, but that was because like the house got broken into. Another time the house got broken into again, and I don't even know what it was. It was like some weird little, it was like a PSP, but it wasn't a PSP. It was, I think it was like some type of phone or computer device. It was really cool. I got it from my dad because he got it from a friend of his, and then like one of my brother's friends stole from us, so that was awkward. And I never got that back. And then the third time was one of I think it was a couple of our DS games went missing, and we think it was our cousins, but like we didn't really care enough to actually be like, hey, that's ours. We just kind of like, we are not letting you come over anymore. Have not being a felon guilty of war crimes? Oh my god. Impossible. Pep was trained like a dog. Yeah, pretty much. You know, they do say that, what is it? Positive reinforcement is the best way to teach a person, or to teach anything. And now Pep just gets bribed with hedgehog yaoi. Yeah, I'll send you a cool Shanado post. Shanado, you say? Did you ever suck on a what? You mean a push pop and it turned into a sharp attack? I did that all the time. That was like the main thing that I did. I spent like the entire time suckling on it until it got pointy enough, and then from there I was like, ooh. And then I would like be mature, but I would like run my tongue along the tip because I was like, ooh, spiky, you know? And it wouldn't, I mean, like, it would hurt a little bit, but not like, oh, this pain feels good, you know? It was just, I would rub it, and I was like, ooh, cool, it's spiky. And then from there, I would like take a bite of the tip, and then I would like, you know, crunch it, and then from there, I would start like eating the whole thing. My favorite part though was at the base. What's a word other than shaft? At the base of it, once you got to like the end of it where the actual candy was mounted onto the stick, like it just had like a little plastic nub or something, and so you had to like, or you didn't have to, but I would always do it. I would like suck and chew on it, so that way I would get like all the candy off of it, and then from there it was just like a little circular thing, and it would have like a stick of plastic, and then there would be like a spring underneath it, and that's how the push pop worked. So yeah. Let's see. Where is it? I stole $10 on a school bus back in middle school. It fell out of his bag, and I pretended my bag fell back into his seat to take it. Oh my god. That's so real though. Is that Gumi in the background? I had to do double. Yes, that is Gumi in the background. She's been there for like a while now. She's in the rotation of images. Most of the time, I disliked getting anything from my cousins because they never took care of anything, including their own stuff. So anything I got back from them was falling apart or broken. Real AO, huh? No, Pep, don't bite the tip. I'll see myself out. You only now noticed, Alex? Yeah, I only just noticed. Dude, that's been there for months now. Hey, I split it 50-50 with my friend that gave me the idea. Is wild. I doubt I noticed the first time around, but when I did, I was taken aback since she didn't look flat in the image. She's supposed to be flat. It's because, you know how like, cause you know, Gumi is like a deep sea jellyfish, and so like a blobfish, whenever they get taken out of those deep sea pressures, they just, like their skin, or like their body expands in certain areas. So that canonically, that's not true. I don't know. Ask Gumi. Oh my god, Gumi is only flat when a certain toggle is on. Flat is justice. Oh my god. But yeah, what were we talking about? Candies? Oh man. I feel like my go-tos for a while were always like any hard candies. Baby bottle pop. As like weird as it is now to get them, especially like the older you get, the weirder it is to get them because of how they're designed. For anyone who doesn't know, so imagine a little bottle, right? Like a little baby bottle, right? Regular size, and then shrink it down to where it's like the size of your palm, maybe a little bit bigger than your palm, depending on how big your hands are, right? But for like average human size hands, the size of your palm. And so half of that bottle has like this powder in it, and it's like kind of like jar, and then screwed on top is essentially like a nipple shaped, like from a baby bottle nipple shaped made of hard candy. And so the idea is that it has a cap on it, and then you remove the cap, you suck on the nipple part, and then you put it upside down, like you unscrew it from the jar, you put it upside down into the jar, and then like you close it a little bit or hold it closed, and then you shake it, and because it's wet from your saliva, it gets covered in like the sour candy dust that's in the bottle. And then from there you take it out, and then you can like suck on the candy part, right? And very yummy. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I fucking loved that candy so much. Which, you know, wasn't a big deal when you're younger, but now that I'm older, I feel too embarrassed to buy it. So when I do buy it, which is rarely, I think the last time I had it was maybe 2 years ago, I have to eat it alone in my room because otherwise it feels too awkward to actually eat it. Pep, so you're saying when she leaves the water, she depressurizes and go from flat to double D. Exactly. Clearly that's why. Like, obviously, that follows all laws of logic. No, my mom gets my sibling and I Easter baskets every year. So there was 1 year where, what? And there was one in there this year. Destroyed that thing. What, the baby bottle pop? Wait, let me see. Her chest is just compressed due to sea pressure. You have no excuse. What the fuck? I have jiggle physics, fuck you! Oh my god. Baby bottle pops are fire. You eat the hard candy, then you raw dog the powder when you're... Yeah, exactly. Exactly like the fun dips. God, have you ever, like, breathed in while you're shoveling a little bit of the fun dip into your mouth? That shit goes straight down your throat. And I swear, like, every time, I'm like, please just kill me, like, immediately, like, on the spot. This is so fucking painful. I have, like, 0 tolerance for pain. So, as soon as anything's a little bit painful, I'm like, please just take me out quickly. I don't want to experience this. Oh my god. Let's see. Pep has the oral fixation. Stay away from my art supplies. Why art supplies? Despite you claiming that, you know how some people, like, oh, they chew on their jacket sleeves, or they chew on their hoodie strings, or they chew on pencils or pen tops. I never did that. The only thing that I chewed on that wasn't any food, was, aside from plastic spoons and forks, but I think everyone does that, you know, it's just a fidgeting habit. Like, I don't just like, oh, I'm gonna buy plastic forks and spoons to chew on them. Like, whenever I'm at a party, I finish eating and then there's plastic cutlery and then I just kind of like start chewing on stuff. Not regularly enough for it to be a habit. But other than that, it's water bottles, the bottle caps, or like the thin piece of plastic that usually seals them shut before they're opened. That thing is fun to chew on. There was a small period of time while I was growing up that I realized I could chew on the bottom of a water bottle and puncture it if I chewed it enough, and then like I could get water from there. Don't know why I started doing that, but I did start doing that. There was no way to close it either, so I had to like kind of drink the whole bottle of water, not in one go, but like, you know, I would have to hold it the right way to drink, and then I would hold it upside down for it to like stop pouring water, but I would have to drink it enough to where it would have that gap, so that way it wasn't constantly spilling. But I did that, and I liked it because it was like cold and plastic, and like there wasn't a taste to it. So it was fun to chew until I punctured it, and then I was like, oh, now I have to drink water. But yeah. You ever snort the Fun Dip powder? No, and I don't recommend it, but I know there was like a period of time in my school where people were like, if you crush Smarties and grind it into a fine powder and then snort it, it will get you high. I don't think that's true. I think it just gave people breathing problems. Gotta up the IQ. Ever crush? Yeah, crush your Smarties into a fine powder and then snort them. Snort the entire orange pixie stick. The orange pixie stick was so good, but do not snort it. Pep has your belly full of microplastics. I'm like at least 20% microplastics at this point. Shoelaces licorice. Shoelaces licorice. I figured out how to get it out my nose. My friend puked. What? What do you mean you got it out of your... Like, you stuck it up there and then got it back out? Or what do you mean shoelaces licorice? I'm on those microplastics. I've jokingly snorted baking powder. It burns. How did you jokingly snort? Like, there has to be some type of setup that leads to the snorting of baking powder specifically. Like, the only thing I can imagine is, like, some type of joke thing where it's like, oh, April Fools, look, I'm a drug addict or something like that. Or, like, I'm snorting white powder, oh. And so you set it up like that, and then maybe you go a little too ham in, like, the acting macro, not micro. Oh, macro. What's the difference between macro and microplastics? Is it not the same thing? Or, like, similar enough? Pepper's a drug. Oh my god, shut up. But, like, there has to be some type of setup, because, like, baking powder isn't just, like, oh, it's like table salt. It's, like, everywhere. It's in specific places. How did you know? It's pep over. Guys, I'm not a drug addict. I'm like the farthest thing from a drug addict. I'm a yaoi addict. I'm yaoi pilled. God. You hold on to it. Then, what? You hold on to it, swallow, then blow your nose hard. It's like Nettie. With a shoelace? So you swallowed one end of a shoelace and then blowed your nose to get it up into that cavity, and then you... Like, I know it's possible anatomically, because for those who don't know, your nose, right? Like the, what is it? The nasal cavity, it has like a channel, and it goes into the same pipe as your throat. Or rather, it feeds into your throat. So that's why we swallow mucus whenever we get a lot of mucus because of being sick or whatever. Same tube. So I know it's anatomically possible. But like, you did that? Like, for fun? I was just about to say that. Pep beat me to it. The licorice rope shoelaces. Wait, so like the candy, right? Because I don't know what you mean by licorice rope shoelaces. I don't know if that's like a candy or if that's like a shoelace themed after licorice. It was either baking powder or flour. My chemistry teacher just had it out on the counter while we were back in the lab. I said I would snort it for a piece of candy. I didn't realize how much I had. Yep, that sounds like something that would happen in a public school. That shit gotta burn. It's very strawberry, the candy. Did it smell like strawberry? Shoelace. Licorice. Licorice. Oh, okay, I get it now. Okay, so, what are they called? What was that other one? Y'all know Twizzlers? Well, it's not Twizzlers. It's like, y'all know the Twizzlers peel, right? Where, like, it's like a bunch of Twizzlers, and they're like little strings of essentially spaghetti, and you can like peel them. So it's essentially like one of those. Like that is what the licorice is shaped like. Just those individual strands. That is shoelace licorice, in case y'all didn't know. Because I just found that out. I just googled it. It really could have been any powder. Watch it have been like, what's a white chemical? Because you said it was like a chemistry class, right? That could have been like any chemical. Any white powder chemical, which I feel is a good portion of, let's see, periodic table. Because I don't know which one it is, but there's one element on there that I know for a fact is a white powder. Must be a nickname or an alt way of saying rope string twizzler. Yeah, probably. Or rather, yes, it is. It was worth it for the bit, though. Oh my god, it's like 3D print filament, but licorice. Aha, gotcha. Salt, phosphorus. It's probably that. Wait, can we 3D print licorice? It is possible, to a certain extent, to 3D print food. That or I had a dream about that. But I think it is possible to 3D print food, but not to the extent of like, I want to 3D print a burger. I'm gonna 3D print a burger. I think you can like 3D print meat, but you have to essentially use a very specific meat filament. So it's less of 3D printing and more so of like, you like think of it like piping, right? Like icing a cake, but the piping is filled with like meat. Like think mush mystery meat, right? And you just kind of like pipe it into whatever shape you want. It's essentially that. If I remember correctly. 3D printing food. Hold on, I have to search on Google. Right there. Paste, enter. Nope. Paste, enter. Let's see. 13. No, that's the AI overview. Here we go. National Science Foundation. 3D printing food for healthy eating and delicious desserts. So it is a thing. It is a thing. I did not misremember. That's all I got to go off the top of my head. Nah, it was too fine to be salt or sugar. We can 3D print titanium, so we can 3D print just about anything. But like, that's the thing about 3D print. I think maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me, but in my head, I feel like 3D print is like, it comes out of nowhere, but it doesn't, you know? Because like, what is it that the number one physics law or whatever is it? Atom cannot be created or destroyed. And so it doesn't just come out of nowhere. It comes from like a very specific source or whatever. So like if you want to 3D print a burger patty, you have to use burger meat, you know? And then you can quote unquote 3D print, but that essentially just makes it into a shape rather than actually like, oh, it's making it out of nothing. And maybe that's just me. Maybe that's just me and my like peanut brain, and I was like, it comes out of nowhere. It just made a burger out of nowhere. It's like, no, it just pipes it through like a bunch of layers, but it does it. Why is CN's live streaming top related? I don't know. It just recommended it to me. It's probably because it's... No, actually, I think that was through my actual YouTube recommended. I think. Let me check. Is it still there? Somehow, I'm signed out of YouTube while streaming. That is weird. But yeah, I don't know why that was... Why did I get signed out? Okay, let me not click anything else before, like, all of a sudden... ends my live stream. It's like, we don't know who you are. Why'd you sign up? Let me check my phone. I didn't get like banned from my account, did I? Let's see. I don't see anything. Should be fine. Pep account banned. Pep terminated while streaming and talking about food and stuff. 3D printing food and bombs and what else did we talk about? Talked about a lot. Let's see. What's a tuggy? It was either baking powder or flour. It just felt like one of those. That's fair. Hold on. I took a bite. I was hungry. I couldn't resist. Hold on. I'm trying not to die. Oh my god. Okay. Ugh, you know when you swallow and it's like something hard and you can feel it like going down your throat? Fucking horrible, dude. Let's see. Titanium needs some heavy-duty work to get into the shape and strength you need it. So the fact that you can 3D print it now is crazy to me, because that's not easy metal to work with. So how do they do it? The reference 3D printer boat. Yeah, I see it now. That's really cute. I want one of those. One time, we went to the beach, and my little brothers had a, like, you know, like sand pail beach set that I don't even know where they got it from. I think they actually bought it from the store for them. But in it was like it had like a shell sifter, and so you can like put shells along with sand or whatever. I guess if you were digging, you could put it into the little tray, and then you could go into the water and like sift it, and then it would like wash away all the sand or whatever. They had that. And then they also had these little like boats, but they weren't like tugboats, they weren't attached to anything, they were just like little boats. I don't know why they would include that. Well, I guess it's like for pools, but then why were the sand pails? I don't know. Anyways, we brought them to the beach with us one day, and I really liked them. I thought they were cool, so I was like playing with it in the water or whatever. And then it was like some family member's kid. I can't even remember who. That little rat bastard. He threw a mud ball at me, right? And if you don't know what a mud ball is, when you're in the water on the shore of the beach, if you reach down to the sand underneath and like dig some up, right? That's what we would call a mud ball. And he threw it at me, and that fucking little bastard pissed me off because like it's okay to do that when you're already playing with someone. And like, oh, you know, like, and y'all are both like consenting about it. So not of like, oh, can I throw this at you? But like, you know, like the other party has to be aware. You can't just like surprise attack. That's like the family rules. That little bastard threw it at me and it distracted me. And I like it landed on like my neck area or something. So it kind of like got on me, and then I was trying to like wash it off, turned away from the boat, and then was trying to like get some dirt to like throw back at him. Remembered the boat, turned around, it was upside down, and I was like, oh, I need to get it before like I lose it. Like it was upside down, but it was like floating. He threw like 2 more mud balls at me while I was like trying to focus, and then also like it was by my face, so it pissed me off. And then I focused on throwing a bunch of mud at him because I was like actually mad at that point. And then from like once he started running off, I was like, okay, let me get the boat now. I turned around, it was gone. I never saw that boat again. I'm so upset. Like I didn't get in trouble or anything. Like I got no punishment for it because it wasn't my fault, but also I don't think anyone realized that I brought that there. Like not that it was expensive or anything or important, but it was important to me. I was so pissed off. I was like, my fucking boat. Oh my god. That's what I mean, that if we can load titanium into a 3D printer, then there's just about anything is purple. Oh, that's fair. Titanium fires is nice. I've done that to my cousin, but you have to like actually like they have to be aware. But far. We have a far. Welcome in, James Juice. Happy Thursday. Hope your day's going well. If not, it's better. Synonyms is Shadow Realm forever. I wanted to see my message in the funny font. Was it satisfying? Oh my god. Make the cousin disappear in water now. Dude, like actually, like no, I think as I grew up, I was a lot more volatile back then, but not that much. I was really respectful to, like, you know, in school, I always got those comments on all my report cards, like, pleasure to have in class, you know? But, like, with other kids and people of my age group, like, I did not let anyone mess with me. I was very quick to, like, oh, you want to fight? But I didn't get into a lot of fist fights, but there were other fights, you know? Oh my god. So, yeah, I was the type, because I grew up around, like, my boy cousins, you know? And they're fucking ruthless! They bullied the crap out of me! And I would always tell my aunt, and she was just like, well, you have to ignore them. You can't let what they say bother you. In life, there's gonna be, and, like, it's not that she was taking their sides. It's just, that is actually how to say it. That's what she told anyone. Like, if it was one of my boy cousins, like, hey, my brothers are being mean to me, she's like, well, you have to ignore them because they only do that because they're trying to get your reaction, which is fair. And she would, like, get mad at them if they were doing it in front of her. But, like, to an extent, she had a lot of kids. So, you know, honestly, it's not, like, I'm not that mad. Like, oh, she should have done more. But, like, growing up, it's such a pain in the ass because they were like, oh, paprika is so lame. And paprika is a made of. Ew, that's so gross. And I was like, fuck you guys. And paprika is a girl. Ew. And I was like, I didn't ask to be a girl. It was such a pain in the ass. And I was like, they're bullying me. Do something. Rav, do something. She was just like, Just ignore them and then they'll stop. No, the fuck they won't! They've been doing this for years! And the worst part, my brother, again, fantastic brother when we were home, because for a while, before Dave was born, it was just me and him, and I didn't know this until years later, but he was like desperate for a sibling. He wanted someone to play with. And so he wanted a brother. I arrived and he was like, I'll take what I can get. And so he enjoyed playing with me. Like, actually, like, we would play Monopoly, we would play with action figures, we would play with his cars. He had like a big Hot Wheels collection for a while. So like we would actually play. He was so nice at home. But as soon as we got in the company of all the other like cousins and stuff, he was like ganging out with them. So he's like, yeah, Pep's so stinky, Peppa made wolf, ew, gross, Peppa girl. And I'm like, you fucker, you traitor! Bullying builds character. Go! Oh my god. Pep, as long as you're not a little shit, teachers would write that for every part. Yeah, but they meant it on mine. Oh my god. The water Pep and the land Pep are wild. Teaching Pep patience, I jump my cousins to get back at them for bullying me. It's rather effective, but it was seen as improper if a girl were to fight. So I couldn't do that. I just got them in trouble for a lot of things that they didn't do. Oh my god. Chadrika understood he's gotta keep his rep up with others. Man, that guy flipped on me so often. We were not siblings when it came to hanging out with cousins, because it was like, he's gonna betray me, I already know it, I cannot trust him. I never failed to fire insults back to my friends. Most of the others I just ignore. Switched up on you like the duo from the infamous Marvel Rivals tournament. What? There was a duo that betrayed each other, I guess, because if it's a duo, it's only like two people, so as long as one person betrays the others, just they both betrayed. Well, not really both betrayed. I guess it's like one person betrayed the other, but then that sounds like less fun. It wasn't a duo, but like, do you not know the Kingsman drama? I don't know anything relating to esports other than there is an esports league of Hatsune Miku Project Diva, and they're very impressive to watch. I used to watch them, not like enough to where it's like, oh, this person is my favorite person who competed. Like, more so I would watch them and I'd be like playing the same songs as them, and I'd be like, damn, I'm ass, I need to get better. And that was like at my peak, so I never got to like esports level. But man, it was impressive. Like, high stakes, people were watching, they were live streaming, and they were getting like multiple combos, and I was like, god damn. Let's see. Playing for the vibes. I can't type it all out because it would just be a wall of text. I don't give a shit, and neither did my mom. My mom knew that sis and I were reactionary only. Oh my god. If my best friend tries anything, I'll just go, shut the fuck up, you're trying to date my sister. That's wild. But next time I'm in a call with you, I'm going yap mode. Got it. I'm holding you to that. No, it was a duo. Kingsman entered the tourney with his duo. When the girls started bullying him, the duo joined them, and she said mean stuff about him. Wows. Kingsman entered the tourney with his duo. When the girls started bullying him, the duo joined them and said mean stuff. Oh, okay. Wait, was that like actual drama? Because that sounds very uneventful and really small, but was that like an actual drama? I know the shorthand of that drama, and I've seen mostly memes with little to no context. Oh my god, I've never heard of this before in my life. None of these names ring, well, I say none, but it's only like one name. That name does not ring a single bell. I've seen Lucy Yasa. I forgot they were duoed. I was focused on the whole team being bitches. This is the one with 40k on the line, right? Nah, Pep, you got the time after stream. Join VC. I can't. I have way too many sticker designs to do. Oh my god, they do tomorrow. Alan, I am so fucked. Yeah, 40k. Oh my god, that hurt. Okay, so based on what Eggs just said, they throw the game and they lose it. So does that mean the duo, like, one was ganging up on the other guy with the ladies who were cyberbullying, and then the other guy, Kingsman, he threw the game because of that. Is that what? Stinky Wolf has work to do after stream. I have so much work to do. I have an ungodly amount of work to do. And I have a Miku concert tomorrow. This is unfair and uncivil and clearly a work of those conspiring against me. Oh my god. I just know 40k was lost due to some bull and the memes related to it. Ah, gotcha. Nah, the only competition that I know of was the Dream versus Technoblade. I can't remember if I watched that one live or if I watched a VOD of it. I have no idea. I think I watched a VOD of it. Do not remember. No. No, the Mr. Beast competition. I think I did watch it live. I think. That or I watched some other competition live. I do not remember. Point R her and laugh. I don't think you're allowed to point and laugh when you misspelled something. It was 40k tourney. Kingsman was a 1 above all player, or at least Celestial, and was the highest ranked player on the team. One of the people on the team was hard stuck on playing Widow and was ass. Like 0 kills, 0 kills, 5 deaths ass. And he was telling her to switch. Girls on the team weren't actually trying to win because the prize money was like nothing to them. Kingsman said some stuff and they said some shit. Toxic stuff was thrown around and Kingsman ended up getting, assuming like the brunt end of it. Ended up getting kicked from the tourney and the team went on to do abysmal dog shit. Ah, gotcha. Damn, tale as old as time type stuff. People being bad, person tells them, hey, maybe this would be a good solution, and they're like, no, you're mean, you're bullying me. And then they're like, nuh-uh, and they're like, fuck you, and the other person goes, fuck you too. And then the second person who said, fuck you too, is the bad guy. Ultimate villain. That guy should be a firing squad for them. Oh my god. Woman moment. I ain't a Twitch person. Real. Alex, if you need more text, Twitch has a 500 character cap. Most recent one I saw was rival players when 40k is on the line, and it's like someone doing the low cortisol dance when it's ultra kill players and nothing to gain, and it's the easiest to follow ultra kill gameplay. Oh wait, Pep is dual streaming? I thought it was YouTube only. Nope, I am also on Twitch, although there is like exactly one dust bunny on that side, and I really don't implement enough on Twitch for it to be worth it, so like trust. I think YouTube is better. But don't tell anyone I said that. Speaking of YouTube, let me see. Let me try and make a thing. Give me uno segundo, por favor. Why is this not a thing? It's clearly connected. On YouTube chat received. Copy this. And then paste it here on YouTube chat received message. Can I have it? String equals message A B Wogue. Nor case, yes. Trim white spaces, yes. Output boolean would be, what would it be? Just get something. Launch liquid, sure. Just copy this, paste that. Output boolean, nope, no, that not. Oh, output boolean. Boolean, so it has to go through a boolean. This one. If true. Hold on, give me 1 second. Why is it not? Oh, condition, duh. And then, if true, enter this. Okay, someone typed the message containing WOAHG. Let's see. I'll occasionally go to Twitch. I'm not really a YouTube guy. Oh, really? Just not often. Okay, here we go. That's better. If I remember correctly, the Ultra Kill gameplay was a speedrunner going on P2, and perfecting it. Whoa, whoa! I don't see anything. Why is it not working? Because it is connected to the YouTube channel. Gah. It hasn't done anything, right? Let me go and find on keystroke press. Redeem Wogue. No, it wouldn't be a redeem. It's literally just like checking if it's actually reading the chat. Which from the looks of it, it is not. Which is no good. Is this? Yeah, it's this one. Keystroke pressed. Okay, well this definitely works, right? Is it holding control? On keystroke pressed space. Do I have to be clicked into it? Okay, I do have to be clicked into it. But that's dumb. Okay, now try typing Wogue. Let's see. Bye, Matt. Have a good night. Drink your milk, eat your vegetables. Don't talk to strangers. It's time's best judgment. Why the clap? Ooh, ooh. See, I don't see it reading, and that's not good. Because that means it's not reading the chat values, which is dumb because it has this whole command box that is very clearly reading the chat. I mean, y'all can't see, obviously, but, like, trust, it is working. So then, or at least it's supposed to be working, so then why is it not? And I've tried, like, disconnecting it and reconnecting it, so that's where I'm like, why is it not? And then I think whenever the gifted memberships happen, I think it activated, so that's where I'm like, what the heck? Oh yeah, I need to fix that too. Yeah, the regular sound redeems still work, but it's just the 3D ones that have completely stopped working, and I'm not sure why. Pep, when will you play Elden Ring? Someday soon. Oh my god. I do have to, so I will soon. I just don't know when. It's mainly because I have a big backlog that I need to work my way through. So that's pretty much it. Does it have like debugging? Let's see, restart water though. I've already done that. Logging, port methods, console, access folder, enable full build logs, join. Not that. Why is it not reading chat messages? Login, scene, entities, data, sharing blueprints, localization. Ow! What was that? Yeah, thanks for the follow. Well, at least it's reading Twitch. Do me a favor. In Twitch, type in WOAG. Hold on, actually. Let me reconnect this. Oh my god. Okay. I was just pasting the same thing. Hold on, I have to actually... Is it there? Yeah, type in WOAHG in Twitch real quick. WOAHG. I forgot an H. Let's see if it... Does it do it? Well, it's connected to events, so there's at least that. So it is reading the data that it's getting from there, but it's just not doing it. Why is it not doing it? That's so weird. Okay, you're good. Thank you. Delete this, delete that, delete this, delete. Fuck! Oh my god. Delete. There we go. Okay. I'm not sure why it's not working. I'm gonna have to actually look into that. Warudo. What's it called? Blueprint. Not reading chat. Or I guess live stream chat would be more accurate. I will fix this off stream, but I'm just doing some live stream chat. Reducing a bit. Book I already did that. Debug section. Some words. Bug. It's something that's immediately popping up, so it's not like at least a common issue. So it definitely has something to do with me. Oh yeah, do you also have to complete that one Slenderman game this October? I think so, yeah. Pep, this shit ass. Throw the whole career away. Dog, we're like half a year away from that. We got time. No, I will only play it during October, though. It'll be a full year. Oh my god. Why would it have disconnected? It doesn't make any sense as to why it would have. Well, I mean, to begin with, it's not even reading chat. So then how on earth on YouTube? What does it have for YouTube? YouTube. On chat received, on super chat received, super sticker, milestone message, super chat equals significant, super chat creator. Okay, so then why no? Why not? Why doesn't it do that? I don't know, it's not telling me. Pomni. I have no idea. I guess I'll have to, I don't know, do something. I'll have to figure that out, because I don't like that it doesn't work, because it was working for so long, and it was so cool! Now we gotta plan 6 months in advance. Oh my god. Hit and a miss. Oh my god. Oh my god, wait, they actually show up! I didn't know the animated GIFs from Twitch actually showed up. That's crazy. The, like, what is it called? Emotes? Pep gonna be in her super hag years by the time she gets around to continue on the finished games. I promise, like Elden Ring. soon TM. Oh my god. But yeah, I have a major backlog, and then I don't, like, I do stream, and I stream pretty regularly. I just keep starting new things, and then I probably should just, like, stream one game to completion and then move on to next game and then move on to next game. And so, but the issue is, I mean, y'all have seen, like, the most notable in this community is the Binding of Isaac. Imagine how many Binding of Isaac streams I would do before finishing. Like, already the amount, like, it has a playlist. And mind you, it's not even like, oh, you know, I play it for like 20 minutes or something, and then I get distracted and I chat for so long. Like, no, I play it for 3 hours. Well, technically like 2.5 hours, maybe just 2 hours if I really spent too long yapping. But still, I play it for long hours. Well, not that long, but I play it for hours, multiple hours, and I just don't make a lot of progress. So, like, she's gonna be in her 80s by the time we get to that one cover we were promised. I'm working on it. How many Binded Isaacs? None. I got to the mom fight though. There's that. Infinite, you won't. God, my channel becomes the Binding of Isaac channel. Like, as in, because you know how, like, if you're a streamer and you stream one game too many times, you become known as, I mean, if anybody watches it, you become known as, like, oh, the channel that does this content, you know? That, like, oh, only plays the Binding of Isaac. But, like, no, I'm not. I'm a variety, even though I should stick to one thing, but I have too many interests. I'm like, I want to try this, I want to try that. This sounds fun, this sounds fun. So, yeah. Oh, so are you the channel that just chats? Nope. Nope. I don't do chatting streams enough to be a chatting channel, but I do yap a lot, but that's not all that I do. I do crafts, but not often enough. I do art, but not often enough. I do games, but not often enough. I do VR content, but not often enough. The only thing I do often enough is VTube, and even so, that's a medium, not like an actual content thing, so yeah. If the game is really short, then you can continually stream it to completion. Like Slenderman and Upturn, it'll be no more than 4 or really long third stream in case of Upturn, and literally. One more stream in the case of Slender. Yeah, we're really close to finishing Slenderman. the Slenderman game. I'll dig all the way to China with a rusty spoon by the time you beat the Binding of Isaac. Well, you know, after last year, God, the disappointment in my heart just from like re-mentioning that game. We're now moving on to, what is it, Binding of Isaac Rebirth or whatever. Still need to play that. I have so much I need to play. Oh my god, for longer games like I Hat in Time and Zelda, I get doing maybe 1 or 2 in a row and then taking a month or more break from those. Yeah, I really like playing Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom. I need to finish Tears of the Kingdom, but I just don't play as many games as I would like to off stream. And then, well, mainly because I don't have a lot of time, and the time that I do have, I'm like, could I be spending this more productively? And then for the few times that, like, I'm not spending my time productively and I'm gaming, it's usually multiplayer games that I got invited to, and I'm like, sure, I haven't hung out with people in long enough time, and then from there, it's just like... case in point, I don't game as much as I should offline, and I don't like playing... I don't think I will ever stream. If I do, it's really gonna be like something that I really wanted to do. But Tears of the Kingdom, I don't think I'm streaming that anymore because it was bad in numbers. Like, no one... And again, you're not supposed to like, oh, only do stuff for the numbers, but like this was one of those things that like I didn't enjoy streaming it. In the sense of like, I quiet game, you know, and at most I'll be like, oh yeah, fuck you, I finally beat that freaking moblin or whatever, you know? But like, it was, I don't know if anyone's seen that meme, but that one meme of like me doing stuff on my own versus me when someone's observing me, you know? And it's that I get significantly worse on stream, but the actual thing is I'm just more aware of how bad I am when I'm on stream, in terms of gaming abilities. And so, yeah, I'm not streaming that anymore. Like 10 years after the game finally comes out, how long it takes, Pev. Shut up. Welcome in, Sanixary. Happy Thursday. Hope your day's going well. If not, it gets better. Technically, I got it in stream, but well, yeah, for like 7 more minutes. I showed up late. That's fine. Amnesia is not quite long, but not that short. But since Pep is a coward, it's gonna take much longer in the case of Amnesia. Nah, I could breeze through that easy peasy. It's just, you know, it wasn't me playing the game. It was actually, I think it was Dalrika, right? Man, haven't checked in with them in a while. I wonder how they're doing. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, but I've been getting the urge. I have like the Switch dock set up in the living room. I could easily go play it, but I haven't because I'm like, but I gotta finish this. I have a deadline for this. I have to set up for con. I have to do sticker designs. I have to apply for this, and then I have to go to work, and then I have to sleep, and then I have to eat, and then I have to do the dishes, and then I have to sleep, and then I have to... Ugh, it's so much work. Cowards, all the Rikas! No way, Alex #1 op Dalrika. Oh my god. I'm significantly tired, and I still have not finished eating my plate of food. Mind you, it's not even that much food. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. The immediate nose breathe out. I see it, I see it. How long has it been since the last Hat in Time stream? It's been more than a day. I can't check. I, for some reason, do not... Oh, wait, actually, hold on. Paprika... Chirouche. There we go. There's my channel. Let's see. Hat in Time. Hat in Time. It has been 1 year ago, or roughly at least. Oh my god, I was still using the old model. That's crazy. August 1st, 2024. That is a while ago. MRMOG. What is that? Mr. MOG. Mr. MOG. YouTube censored me saying if that be the Maid Rika still has yet to see a return. True, true. Deadass, I think it's been a year or more. I think all but the shithead of a Rika is MIA now. What do you mean? The shithead? I'm not a shithead. I'm beloved and everyone cares so deeply about me. Oh my god. What if it turns out that I was secretly, Jesus Christ, secretly Dollrika this entire time? I just did a really, really good job of like hiding all my joints so no one could know. And I just like covered up the other like specific doll elements and I cut my hair. What if it turns out that secretly y'all have been enjoying Dollrika this entire time? But like, I would never let y'all know because y'all would just never understand. Ew, what the fuck? Ew, what is that? Ow. I'm on like, what is it, on the guest browser or whatever, and so it's like just, recommending me a bunch of like random ass stuff, and ugh, there was something like kind of crazy there. Let's see. Long hair Rika died in 24. Same with jacket and OG Rika. The jacket is still around. I just haven't worn it because this jacket I thought looked really, really cool. That Rika makes a distinct Lego skeleton sound effects when moving, so we know when it's her. Boy, you know, not to alarm anyone, but I've been pretty stationary. Oh my god. Oh man. Anyways. Let's see. I think, okay, so there's a small chance, but still a chance that another, like, not doll Rika, but I'm talking about like another like pet plush doll, because I just looked at the plushes. I have the plushes right here on my desk, and like I love looking at them because I'm very proud of them. I'm very happy with them. But those dolls, not those dolls specifically, but like another doll will be available. No guarantee, no guarantee, but it's a possibility. And if they do, I'm trying to like figure out how I want to do it, because it might be available through the new shop, and so it would be something that would stay, like be a perpetual item. And that's where I'm like, I don't know if I should go with like the short hair or the long hair, because like some of my stuff on there is like the long hair. I don't know where to pivot, because the short hair was gonna be a temporary thing, and then I liked it a little too much, and now like I think if I go back to the long hair, I have to spruce up the model, because I don't like it as much. Like the base outfit is fine, the jacket is cool, but there are certain elements where I'm like, this could have been done better and this could have been done better. And so that's where I'm like, it just bugs me a little too much. So I've been saying like, oh, I'm gonna redesign. And there was like there's a file somewhere, I think on my phone, that I have like other design ideas in terms of outfits mainly. But I just never got around to finishing it, because it was always like, oh, this is a very low priority thing. I have this to finish, and that to finish, and this to finish, and now I got like 5 new projects and stuff, you know? So yeah. I don't know any of the old Rikas. I know this one. I saw them on a YouTube short and thought she was cute. Ah, thank you, Roadkill. We did not speak of Roadkill Rika and her crimes against the state. What do you mean crime? Extra long hair, clearly. I'm just gonna be a hairball next. Hair that goes down to her ankles minimum. Oh my god, Fuzzy Rika win. Oh my god. Anyways, with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed your not at all regularly scheduled, your unregularly scheduled chatting streams. I think we might have another chatting stream this month, or I canceled it. Let's see. Let me actually take a look at yeah, the other chatting stream, if I'm not mistaken, got replaced with I Expect You to Die, because tomorrow's stream, it was originally going to be Expect You to Die, but I had to cancel it because I have other engagements that I must attend to. So yeah, even bigger ears. Pretty sure necromancy is a crime, but like when you're the one who was revived, you're not the one who committed the crime, you know? Cyclops Rika, Curse of Ra Rika. Curse of Ra Rika is wild. Oh my god. Anyways, drink your milk, eat your vegetables, don't talk to strangers, it's trying to pass judgment. Thank you all to thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you to the Certified Peppers. If you want to support the channel and allow me to continue to find a way to justify being able to spend like hours at a time of my week talking about anything from the realness of certain parts of a show to yaoi and hedgehogs, totally not interconnected, feel feel free to leave a like, leave a comment. Their exclamation point shop for the shop that is worldwide shipping. Very cool, very new, very awesome, very demure, very Sigma 67 skibbity riz. Drinking milk, transposed on toxic transposed judgment. Also consider becoming a certified pepper. And with that, I will see you all next time I see you. Bye bye. Oh my god. What was that? What was that? Hold on. Nope. Is this? Nope. Is this a? Oh my god. I forgot my freaking button. Bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. 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 Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good morning. Have a good evening. Have a good. Have one singular good. One good per person. No more, no less. Everyone is required to take one good. Bye bye. I don't think I ended yet. I think it. Okay, there it is. It's being so weird. It was like, no, you're not signed in, and live streaming isn't available right now.